more again.
Meanwhile, you two were standing around, niggas popping each other's assholes. Popping each other's assholes.
That's fucking hot.
Hats right here, trucker hats. Y'all mess with the truckers.
Yeah. Can I pop one of these on? I'll buy it, fool.
Bro, it's on, bro. Take it, bro.
Oh,
You already know.
what?
It's love, man.
I love that.
You gotta push the culture.
For the studio, we gonna keep it
Come
up.
on, yeah.
Go
for
crazy,
sure.
man. You feel me? The blue, purple, it go.
Yeah, that shit's hard right here.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Throw it on.
Surely, man.
No offense to UTB, you know what I mean? Shout out to the sponsor, UTB Lifestyle, you know what I mean? Go ahead and copy that gear at UTB Worldwide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know who UTB is at all?
Nah. Who's that?
No, you never heard of them?
Uh-uh.
Well, let me put this hat on, you know what I mean? Shout out Yike MIke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Yeah.
All right, UTB, they're a Marina Valley, like, clothing company and shit.
Okay.
They used to do, like, Wiz Khalifa shit back in the day, like, the whole, smiley face shit.
They're designers?
This little logo right here.
Oh, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so they're all over, like, the Taylor Gang Lifestyle. They're out of Marina Valley, so, like, that's a really big sponsorship for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to the
That's
homie
fire.
Green.
That's dope. Y'all already got sponsors and everything.
Yeah, well, it's just the homie, you know, he just
Yeah, but
supported.
I mean, I wouldn't even take that lightly. Like, homies that actually got, you feel me, they built something and they got motion, like the fact that they believe in you, it says a lot. I don't ever take that shit lightly.
I like to I kind of like that you said that. I kind of like to like downplay a lot of shit. Like even like when I come in here, I'm always like man, see him, I'm mad nervous right now. He's like, fool, you got this. You've been doing this. Like you're good.
Right.
I like even today I was like writing note. I got hella like shit, just writing shit, watching all your interviews, like just doing homework. And you know maybe I overcompensate a little bit, but I feel like that's something I need to do. So whenever I kind of downplay it, that's my way of kind of encouraging it.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you saying that. I really do like that.
Yeah, bro. Like, don't think too much about it, bro. You gotta just live in it sometimes.
Right.
Like, don't act and try to be. You feel me? Don't follow the agenda of what everybody else has been doing in the Matrix. Like, everybody wants it. Everybody thinks it should be a certain way. But it's like once you go outside the box, it's like, oh, that's weird, or oh, you shouldn't be doing it that way. You gotta do it this way. It's like you gotta really be yourself because now you creating a whole lane and you creating a whole wave. You gotta just be yourself with it, bro. Like, yeah, I get it's nervous. You feel me? You always gonna get nervous. You feel me? But just understand and live in the moment. You feel me? Be blessed and thankful that you're able to do it. You got people that believe in you, and just don't take that shit lightly, bro.
For sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, that brings one of the questions that I have written down. I noticed, like, you as a, I don't want to say you're marketing-wise or, like, maybe just the way you present yourself, you seem like more than just a producer, DJ. You know what? Hold on. No, I'm gonna ask this. All right. Yeah, you seem like more than a producer, a DJ, streamer. Like, you're a fucking music mogul. You know what I mean? So fucking... You have all these things, but I feel like you present yourself like an artist, like a producer usually is like behind the scene.
Yeah.
Tries to keep like a low key thing. I feel like went against the grain more like a Sunny Digital or like a what's the dude from 808 Mafia, Southside. Like you kind of had like an image where it's not just like, oh, I'm a producer. Like you seem like damn, this fool can be an art. You could be rapping, you could be a vlogger, you could be like you have like entertainment. I don't want to say expertise.
He's got
but
that.
He has the it factor, is what it is.
He has the it factor. 100%. Yeah, he has that. Like dare I say, like a Metro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
Metro
Metro type
sure.
shit. Yeah,
Appreciate that. That's love.
Yeah, because you're very, 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 very on the scene about shit. Like it's hard to ignore you.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this little intro in. Let me try to find this. All right. You know what it is. Last Name Luke here with the Finger Poppin' Podcast, supporting the Inland Empire one episode at a time. Today we have a very, very special guest. I've seen this guy a lot the past couple of years. His name is a staple in the IE. A DJ, record producer, streamer, and all-around entertainment mogul. Today we have Rancho Cucamongas' very own Yike MIke. Come on. I slipped up maybe like once or twice, but we've been taking shots in this bitch. Come on.
You use the headphones too if you like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me here right quick. Yeah.
You sound good though. You sound good.
Yeah, my bad. My voice probably a little gone. I just did a 6-hour stream. It was.
Oh, I was in there.
I was watching.
You was watching it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
seen
seen
your podcast.
Yeah. I seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lit. Yeah, I was like, to piggyback off what you said about like being out there. I feel like I'm really just being me. Like, yeah, I heard about that it factor, but it's like that's just me. Like I never really looked about the this and that popping. Like I really just been cooking and being myself, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays it's so saturated with music. Like music is so anybody can do it nowadays. So I feel like you see the people who really take it serious and the people that's just doing it for clout, a check, trying to impress a female, a guy, whatever the case may be. Like it's really no real love for it. People is doing it for money, and you feel me? They not really doing it because they actually want to do it. Like I actually do this because I want to showcase my art, and I'm really just expressing myself. Everything I do, like the things you listed, I don't really look too much into it. I'm just trying to express myself and try to like live every day like it's my last day. I want to be able to like people know my art and what I left behind on earth, and if it's my last day, you can remember the last thing I did, and hopefully it's something positive.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the asset to anybody's life than the liability. I feel like there's no point in just hurting somebody or trying to bring somebody down. It's like you might as well uplift them and go up. You feel me? So that's really just what I'm about.
Yike MIke in here. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, dude. Yeah, I mean that's really why like I fuck with you because you're so like IE. It just feels like you're like.
Very humble.
I watched the bootleg interview.
Yeah.
And I noticed you were trying to get off like a lot of IE questions and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about certain artists? Or like, come on, name some IE artists.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the IE doesn't really get like a lot of recognition. I feel like even especially like we were just talking sports and shit. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? We got goats. We got goats that are going into the NFL. We got dope ass like artists and shit. Just radio based. We have who's the dude from him? Spank Nitty James.
Spank Nitty James.
You know what I mean? Like there's just like a lot of like fucking popping people. J.I. bands. Shout out to him.
Yeah, you got
And
R3.
it's just you. Yeah, R3.
Man.
I mean, Run That Back West is coming in soon. You know, you like, dude, there's so much talent, and I just kind of feel like there's like a small little bubble where people, it's like, oh, where are you from? And I feel like slowly we're moving away from being like, oh, we're 45 minutes away from the IE or from LA.
Yeah.
And we're being more like the IE, like we're from the IE.
Yeah.
Oh, like we're like maybe 30 minutes away from San Bernardino. Like trying to make like our cities like more known.
Yeah.
Do you kind of feel like the IE is kind of slept on compared to like the LA, or do you kind of feel like there's a small little tension, like an unspoken tension? I know that's kind of hard for you because a lot of LA artists fuck with you right off the bat, like Blueface and shit like that.
Yeah.
But do you kind of feel like that? If I'm being real, I do.
Honestly, I used to think that, but now I realize the reason why the IE is slept on is because there's no media. There's no LA there's a lot of media. There's a lot of like it's a marketplace, especially for the music. It's a big marketplace. A lot of people go there. It's a hub. You're gonna see content creators, music. It's like there's label Capitol Records. Like there's a lot of like it's a lot of motion out there, I guess you could say in today's terms. IE is like there's not really many people doing media. And the only way the artists are going to get popping is if the media is covering them and there's people making content on them and people promoting them. You can't just be the artist. The artist got to be an artist and cook. The media pages got to do their job. The DJs got to do their job. There's no really DJs out here. Yeah, there's people that play music at parties and get it lit, but there's no DJs pushing the culture, shining a light on the upcoming artists. This is this artist. I'm breaking this artist in the club.
Breaking records is a big thing like back in the day that I feel like people don't do no more.
Like I told you before, it's not people that's really serious about doing music anymore. It's saturated. It's just random old Joes that's just trying to do this because they're bored, it's cool. I want to get females. I want to get clout. Oh, he could do it. I want to do it. It's not people being themselves and doing this for a passion. It's just, I'm going to just do it because everybody else is doing it. So because of that, the cons is we got people just doing this just to do it. So there's people not pushing it and taking it serious.
Right. There's
no DJ, like, shout out DJ Charlie Cinco. He's probably one of the only DJs out here in the IE that's really pushing the culture. You see his name all the time. He's pushing artists. He's doing a top 10 list. This is the artist you need to look out for. Breaking these artists in the clubs.
That's tight.
There's nobody else doing that.
Yeah.
So, like, we can't say the IE is slept on. We got to blame ourselves and take accountability.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
So like platforms like this is motion, this is big. You guys got to keep doing this and be consistent with it because it's very few of y'all doing this.
Right.
You feel me? LA, it's like too many people doing this. So it's like they've been doing it for longer too. So they got bigger names, they got more notoriety. People from IE are going out to LA to get these big interviews. Why is nobody coming from LA to come to IE to get these big interviews? Shout out DJ Charlie Cinco. He's building his platform, the Oz Connect. He got the Oz Connect pod. He got people from LA coming all the way from LA to go to the IE now. Now he's bringing motion to the IE.
Motherfuckers are hopping on the 60 now.
Right.
They've been coming this way. Like that's
exactly. So it's really just we have ourselves to blame. We gotta have people that's more passionate about this and trying to take this up a notch, push the culture. We need more DJs out here. We need more producers, not just beat makers. Like we need people that's pushing the culture and shining a light on the talent we got out here. It's too much talent, but there's nobody pushing the talent. You gotta let the talent be the talent and let the people that's gonna push the talent.
Yeah.
People gotta do their jobs and play the team sport and be a team. You feel me? We gotta do our part.
That's true. That's 100% true. And that's crazy because especially like the whole media outlet, like you even see like we have gnarly like skaters out here too, like especially in Rainbow Valley. Like I'm sure in Rancho you guys the homie Hesh I think is spent some time out there. I don't know if you know
that. Sounds familiar.
Hesh.
You went to Osos?
I don't know. He was like part of like the whole no jumper thing like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
I don't think
he's from I know for sure he spent some time in Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
And, but yeah, like fuck, I forgot what I was saying already. What was I saying, brother? You remember? Oh, you're fucking burnt. Anyways, you know what it is. We have Yike MIke in the motherfucking building. I got another question for him. You know what I mean? Cause so you're from Rancho Cucamonga and shit. You said that you played sports. What was it like growing up out there? Our kind of like representation out here. If I'm speaking for us, it's kind of like bougie out there a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up. It's crazy. I didn't really know about the hood and all that stuff until I started making music and going to LA. So in Rancho, it's like there's no hood or none. It's like everybody out there got money. Houses are big. It's not really like too much struggle. Like you rarely see homeless people. You can walk late at night at 3-4 in the morning and without any, you feel me, you could walk safely and really just like do what you want to do type. It's like dope. It's really just like a focused city. Like you can do whatever you want to do, you can easily do it because you have like ultimate focus. So like for me, I was in school, so I was really just like, oh, I gotta get good grades and I gotta focus on sports. I didn't have like anything else. Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this. Like it wasn't no like politics or nothing like that. I learned all that later on doing music, obviously, because hip hop, rap, you know, you gotta deal with all what comes with that. But as far as like before the music, I was doing sports. So I was playing football. So it was really just, you got to get good grades. You got to be able to make the cut, all this. Regardless of you making the cut, I had to get grades. My pops was pushing me like, oh, you got to get good grades. You can't get nothing less than this, all A's. So I was really just stuck in the books. And
that's crazy.
I got to make my pops proud and get good grades type.
That's right. How does Pops feel about this whole situation right now that you're in right now? Is he like pretty proud of you?
Yeah, nah, he's definitely proud of me because I feel like my dad wasn't really. He didn't come from a musical background, so like I learned all this myself.
That's pretty fucking crazy because usually there's some type of musical background and like some. Is there some type of like musical background at all in your family?
Not that I know. I feel like I'm the only person in my family that does music.
But it could be the minutest thing. Like, can your grandma sing? Like, do you got an auntie that can?
Not that I know of. I don't know. Yeah.
Like he's a staple, then you know what I mean. That's
for
pretty
sure.
Fucking. But so Pops, he feels pretty cool about that.
Yeah. I mean, at first, like I said, it was like just school, go to college, get good grades, go probably scholarship, football. I was heavy into the football. I was in a lot of 7-on-7 camps.
Okay.
Shout out Red Breed, Ground Zero. Coach Rob, all my coaches when I was playing football, because like I was really gonna take football serious, but the music was going crazier. Like I was spending money going onto the camps and training, but at the same time I fell in love with music because I got put on the music by just like listening to music and really just like trying to like learn it. And I really like music, the bass, the lows, the highs, the melodies, the arps, the trance it puts you in. It's like it's just a good feeling. And like me, I'm not really like, I'm more of like a thinker. I'd rather just listen and sit back and observe. I think logically. I don't really like think emotionally and get in my feelings and get like, I'm like really like, I just like to chill and be to myself. And I got so much going on in my head. So like music was just a way to express myself and get all this stuff out of my head and put it like the pen to the paper. And that was just my way of expressing myself. It was just music.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
That's super fresh.
That's really fucking dope.
So I learned how to do that. I learned how to do it. My bad. What was you saying?
No, I was just gonna say that I remember watching one of your interviews, and you said that scholarship was on your main mind, and that
Yeah.
like this music shit is taking off. Like,
Yeah, the music was taking
Well,
off.
that
Crazy.
must have happened like. I mean, I already know your storyline, but let's act like I don't. So, that must have happened really fucking young because, you know what I mean? Little homely right here did his research on your shit, and it cut, like, your max preps and shit stats, like, kind of cut off pretty,
yeah,
like, early.
Mm.
But, you said that the music shit started popping off, like more than the football shit.
Yeah.
So, do you kind of have any like regret with that at all, or would you say like, do you think that you would have been like NFL star worthy, or do you think you're doing more as a record producer, like?
I
Shit.
think I don't. I mean, it would have been nice to go to college. I wanted to go to Oregon. That was like one of my. I was like, I want to go to Oregon. I want to go to be. I want to be a
They're
Duck.
fresh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
fresh, man.
I looked up to D'Anthony Thomas, like, cause I was quick. I was like really. I was a fast. I wasn't really the biggest, strongest running back, but I was like, I was speed. Yeah.
you got that. I watched some clips. I'm not gonna lie. I watched
Okay.
some
Okay.
clips.
You did your homework.
How many yards you got?
I remember he had this 24-yard run against this one school. I think it started with a T or something like that. But yeah, he was definitely
Yeah.
cooking. And then you had another clip too. I think you had around like almost 260 yards on your like offensive range and shit. Yeah.
Okay.
You were definitely cooking. I did my research for sure.
Come on.
Crazy. Y'all the first people to really mention the
Come
football,
on.
the sports.
Hey, come on. We tried to keep the conversation a little bit different than the regular.
Yeah, nah, that's facts. That's dope. That y'all like not like everybody else.
Well, that's why
Because I was looking at it and it was like 17, 18, but it was no, like I couldn't find record of you anywhere. Like
Yeah, that's when everything started to kick. Cause I remember hearing like the Blueface shit, and I wasn't the biggest Blueface. Like I remember the song, but I was just like the next big thing was like a cool song, and then it was like like an IE producer. I was like play, cause anything
Yeah.
IE, dude, I'm like on it. Like fucking
fire,
that's
yeah,
my
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this was a staple, dog. I'm telling you, like fucking.
I
Appreciate it,
know,
man.
I
That's
was-
why that's
was
why
crazy.
his shit kind of cuts off right there, because that shit started happening. So when would you say that that I don't want to say like the whole almighty thing, but when did you start taking it more seriously to where that point kind of happened, to where you were making beats to make it a point to go and give it to people? Like, cause I know I used to make beats and shit too, and there was a point where I was just making beats just to make beats, and then I kind of like felt like I got good.
Yeah.
And I just started hitting up like all the people from the town that like rap, like Little Jeff, Radio Bass, Nicky D's, like those are like Moreno Valley
Yeah.
artists and shit.
Yeah.
And then I picked up like one artist and did like a couple of like songs on his mixtape. But
for sure.
yeah,
Talking about Mullah?
yeah, Mullah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Mullah.
Mullah. Oh God.
Yeah,
My
for
guy
sure.
right there. Used to bump him in
What would
middle
you
school.
say? What would you say that kind of like pushed you towards that motive to go and take it more seriously, to go and give it to artists? Not so much like who'd you reach out to, but like what put you in that position to be like, I kind of feel like I'm the shit right now.
Honestly, what made me feel like I was like the shit was just the recognition I would get. Not even, this was before I even got my first placement. Like before before anybody was even hopping on my beats, I feel like the schools and people around me, like I went to EIS. I started making beats in middle school. I went to Edawanda Intermediate. I was making beats, and then I started like towards like the end of the year going into high school. So as my first day going into I went to Rancho, so my first day, it was just like the whole school kind of really knew who I was already.
Okay.
And before I was even making beats, I was Yike MIke because I was at the parties. Like I was playing football. One of my teammates brought me to a party. That was my first party. And I was looking at the party and it was like, dang, these girls is crazy, like dancing. Back then it was like the Yiking area. It was going the Yiking days was going crazy.
With that white step.
Yeah.
I fell in love with a girl once that like was yiking on me. I was calling it freaking because I feel like I'm old. But yeah. I fell in love with her, man. Like after she danced with me and shit, I was like, hey, so what's up? I tried to talk to her after. She was like, we just danced. And I was like,
Nah, it's crazy.
I was
That
like,
will
damn.
happen to you.
Yeah.
You'll fall in love.
yeah,
Like, just,
I'm telling you, like
it's just the expression. Like
Yeah, I was
no
like-
words. It's like moving your body is an expression.
yeah, like it was
just like
crazy.
music is.
It was
So
crazy.
like it comes hand in hand. So that was like a way of me expressing myself, like my personality, without even saying anything. Like I said, I'm not really too talkative. I'm like to myself. So like that was one of the ways I expressed myself was like the yiking, and then I had to change my name on Twitter. I used to go by another name, and then I had changed it to Yike MIke.
What's the name?
Before?
Yeah, before.
It was Epic Fails Guy.
Epic Fellas guy?
Yeah.
Shout out to Epic Fellas guy.
I was doing like YouTube content.
That's one of my questions is
Yeah.
another media source that you tried out before, entertainment source before the whole music thing.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? I'm sure there had to be like some type of like idea that you had where you're like,
Yeah.
I can do this. So it was like,
I wanted to be like a YouTuber. So like
Okay.
I had I was basically like behind the camera a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have a cameraman. So I would just be recording. I had my first phone I got was the Sony Ericsson. It's an Android. You like flip it up and it has like the PlayStation controls.
oh shit, okay.
So I was like a gamer and like I really liked the camera. So I was like, it was new. It was a phone, my first phone. I liked the camera. So I was like, I like recording things. So I was like acting as if I was like a director, and I would just record my homies like just doing random stuff, and then I flip the camera occasionally and like show who I was and like do funny stuff, whatever. And it's like I wanted to be like a YouTuber, and I would on my first computer I had like an old Windows PC, and it had I forget the exact name of it, but it was like a Windows Movie Maker or something like that. Yeah, it was like a stock software in Windows, and you can make movies. Like it's like an editor.
I think, did it kind of look like a Q or some shit? It was like a blue logo, and it kind of maybe looked like a Q. I feel like because I used to like fuck around on some shit like that too.
I forget the exact name, but it was back in the day where YouTube days it was like that 900 sound spectrum. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I know.
Back in that day, so like I would add that song to the background of songs. It was like back in the day where it's like the YouTube videos would be like captions, and it would be like just words you would read on the screen, and it would switch to the next one, transition. So it was like that software, and I was like take my videos from my phone and upload it to the computer, and then I would just edit YouTube videos. Like I wanted to be like a YouTuber. So that was like before the music and the partying and the football. That was just like me trying to like be a YouTuber, have fun.
Were you throwing parties like back in the day and shit? Like once you got a taste of the partying and shit, I know a lot of people that like kind of got a taste of it and was like just went crazy and started being like a promoter.
Yeah.
Party. We had a lot of party crews out here and shit.
Yeah.
And like it was a bad idea out here because motherfuckers like would shoot up the party and like it's so stupid.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been to a couple of those events where
Yeah.
you gotta dip real quick. But were you ever doing that like as a kid, like trying to make money and like being like, man, I could throw a party?
Yeah. I didn't throw parties probably until I want to say a little, like taking it serious probably after high school, like around the time when I started DJing. So
When did you finish high school?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
So at that time, as soon as I graduated, I had my first interview the day after, and that was the Bo Jackman. Shout out Bo Jackman. That was like my first real professional interview.
Okay.
Set up and everything, cameras. Like I was like, dang, this is crazy.
Oh, Jackman, which one is that?
He's like, he has a suit on, and he's like,
No, you're thinking about the show.
Yeah, my bad.
But no, he's talking about the people that interviewed him.
yeah, nah, it's like this. He's like a younger guy, and he wears like a suit, and he sits like at a desk. It's kind of like Jimmy Kimmel almost.
Okay.
And he sits at like a nice brown desk, and he has like cards, and like he's like, so what are you doing? Like he's like a real like, it's like a whole his personality type thing.
Do you think you can do something like that? Like kind of like act a little bit? Do you think you can like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Damn, you
Yeah,
said that-
I was doing that.
You said that with confidence right
yeah,
now.
I was doing that before. That was like one of my first things. Like I said, when I was making YouTube videos, I was literally just in act. Like I was in acting mode. Like I've always just been able to like express myself in a way that like you feel me that people would probably like. Whether it's the music, the visuals, me being you feel me, I'm able to like just try to, like I said before, try to lift somebody, make their day better. If it's my last day, I made you do this and it was a good thing, not a bad thing.
Nothing kind of like pushed you to be like that. Like you wouldn't say anybody or any like situation that you went through kind of pushed you to be one of those people that's like that.
Yeah, I feel like it was my upbringing. Like I said, I grew up in Rancho, so it was all like it was a good.
Just good
It
vibes.
was it was good vibes. It wasn't negative. I didn't start seeing negative vibes until I started going to LA and I seen how they live, the politics, the scene. I never really understood it because it's like I wasn't an emotional person. I was always like logical, a nerdy kid. Like I'm like a square, I guess they call it. Like I'm a square, whatever, because I'm nerdy in the books. I like learning things. I'm like logical. I'm not really getting emotional and off another man's feelings, and you can't do
Yeah.
this. Like I'm like that never made sense to me.
That's a cool ass way to put it because I find myself in those type of positions a lot. I don't know. Maybe you're pointing it out to me. Like maybe it's the upbringing.
Yeah,
Like yeah, like what you're saying. Like even if like someone kind of stares at me for like, I'll be like, what the fuck is this fool looking at?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, but like I feel like maybe I grew up like kind of being like that. Like if someone's staring at you too long, like you're supposed to say something, rather than
right.
maybe they like your hat. You know what I mean? Like being
Yeah.
like oh okay, and it's like
Yeah.
oh, like what the fuck. So that's you kind of put a little bit of
Yeah,
something into perspective right now.
Is upbringing.
It's how you're raised. Like
Yeah.
how you're raised depends on who you are as a person. Like as you're an adult, like you know how good and respected your parents are depending on how you are. Like if your parents are well respected in the community, they did a lot of good. You're most likely gonna be the same, probably better. So it's like shout out to my pops for raising me right, and he got me right and got me like level headed, got me in check, got me straight. You feel me? I wasn't led down a dark path or evil path. It was always like just get good grades and do this. And like I said, I played football, so I learned discipline and how to really like take criticism and not take it lightly. I didn't grow up around yes men. Like I grew up around
Bosses and shit.
yeah, like you got to do this, work on this, bet. Let me work on this more. Let me take criticism and try to look at it in a good way, not as a hater way and you feel me, like that type of thing.
That's really cool that you have that like instilled in your brain because I feel like even me like my dad went to prison when I was like a kid or whatever. I didn't meet him till like I was like 4 I think, and kind of obviously that sets you back a little bit. So then we go from like my mom a single mom for those
Yeah.
times. Then you end up like in the ghetto, obviously.
Right,
Like we grew up in San Bernardino, like Marina Valley is mostly like where I grew up.
right.
And dude, I'd be like walking to school, going to Vista Heights Middle School, walking through the trails. You know what I mean? If you're from Marina Valley, you know what the fuck that is. Walking through the trails or through the wash, and you see people like hitting the pook. You know what the pookie is? Like meth.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
smoking
yeah,
it,
yeah,
like just sitting right there and just being like,
yeah.
"Hey, what's up, fool?" Like trying to talk to me in Spanish, and
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't speak Spanish." They're like, "Oh, pinche pocho," like fucking is basically like someone that doesn't speak Spanish. Or
Right, 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 right.
So walking to school as like a 6th grader, 7th grader, you're getting made fun of by like people hitting like like straight dope pipes and shit.
Yeah,
And it's I'm not trying to make myself sound like super like gnarly because it's not that gnarly. Like Marina Valley's cool. Like you drove over here. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice over here.
yeah.
But there is some parts like where I grew up, it was kind of like a little bit rough.
Mm.
And I feel like maybe like little things like that kind of made me accustomed to where it's like I do not do heavy drugs, but I smoke a lot of weed. I drink a lot. And
Right.
it's like maybe the upbringing kind of makes me feel like that's okay.
Well, you're
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're kind of putting a lot of things into perspective, like
Well-
you saying that type of
Well,
shit.
you're
Yeah.
If you get what
definitely
I'm saying.
you're
No, I know what
definitely
you're saying.
A product of your
A product of-
environment.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
what you're around, you get desensitized to different things. So certain things hit differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something, you're normalized to something. Whereas, someone else who's not around seeing someone fucking hit a meth pipe in public, they'll probably be like, "Oh my
Wow,
god."
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, the fuck out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember
Used
going
to
to
that.
the homies,
Exposure.
the homies' cribs and shit, dude, and like they be like smoking heroin off of foils, and like their fucking lips are all blue.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, like this is a homie I used to kick it with in middle school. Like,
Right.
it's crazy. Like down the street type shit. Like just
Yeah.
made it over there. I'm like, dude, this is gnarly.
Yeah, nah.
I don't want to be
so-
here no more.
Yeah. I need to go home. Like I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to, cause I kind of feel like I'm, like we're like kind of like the same person, like in the mentality where I kind of feel like if I would have grew up in your environment, like for sure I would have like been like something. I don't know. Maybe I am something right now, but
You definitely.
I'm just getting
are.
deep right now.
I don't know. I mean, I
You don't think you're something right now?
Not yet. I mean,
What's
I'm-
missing?
I feel like
deep question.
no, I feel like I've always wanted to do something like entertainment wise. I know that's not like important. It's important to me. I feel like that's something that I've always wanted to do. So I've always went from photography to producing to rapping to graphic designing to like a bunch of shit to try to find my niche. But I always noticed I like listened to podcasts while I did it, and so like one day I was like, oh, let me do this. And so what I feel like is missing is like I feel like I need to be a part of something that's like I guess not bigger than me, but I feel like I feel like I'm supposed to be something. I feel like I'm worth more than what I am right now. I feel like I should be not popping in a sense where I need money and I need the clout, but I feel like I have so many like creative ideas and shit where they shouldn't just be wasted.
The vision. Without the vision, people are gonna perish.
Yeah. Why would
you're-
someone support me if I'm not Yeah, I think I'm catching your drift.
Why would yeah?
Yeah, like if I don't believe in myself, then why would someone else?
Why would somebody take it more serious than you're taking
Yeah,
it?
exactly. I get what you're saying.
And why would you have a community if you're not claiming that you're having a community yourself?
I feel like it's just not. I think I get blinded by the numbers. I feel like damn, like these motherfuckers got all this shit, but then again, I'm only like
Numbers are pointless, bro. It's real life that really takes you farther. Realize that numbers is all like, it looks cool, but at the end of the day, it's all fabricated. People are buying numbers. It's all, you got to understand, like, especially with podcasting, you got to realize you got to become the brand. And to do that, you got to showcase more of you than you're showcasing the person that's sitting here.
right.
You can't rely on the person that you're going to bring in the numbers. You got to bring in the numbers yourself, because then once you run out of people to bring in, the numbers drop. You can't think of it like that. You got to think of, this is your podcast. People are coming to see you. All right, the guy that's coming, that's an extra. That's an add-on. But really, they're trying to see you. They really are tuning in because they want to see you. You're building the community. They're here because of you. Whoever this new kid is, this new guy, whether they know him or not, it's an add-on. It's cool. But really, it's because of you. You're the one that's doing this. You're orchestrating it. You're the puppet master. You're putting all this together. You're the mastermind.
The puppeteer. Yeah.
That's all you, bro. That's the creative. You feel me? That's the intellect. So you got to understand, when people are watching this, you got to think they're watching it because of me. Not because the person that's here. Yeah, that would be nice. It's cool. It's going to bring in probably their people. But when that person comes on here and brings their people, the numbers, whatever the promotion it brings, you got to make the best of it, because now they're also looking at you. And you want to be able to take their people.
Yeah, exactly.
So were you always did you always think that way about the numbers, or was that something that grew and installed within you?
It got installed to me that people always told me that numbers were a big thing, but I started realizing that somebody could have 10 views, but in real life, 100 people are knowing them and recognizing them. I don't know how it works. I never figured out why that is, but you could have 10 views and 1,000, 100 people will know you and recognize you in real life and claim that they seen that 10 view count video. I don't know why, or why that is, or I never understood that, but the numbers really aren't as crazy as they make out to be, because people are buying numbers, they're fabricating it, and like I said, they're bringing on people that's boosting the numbers, and it's making it look a certain way. So it's like, and then you got to think about marketing too. People are just passing through and they're getting forced to see it. They're not actually consuming it.
Right.
So it's like, it's a difference. So like numbers, I honestly don't look at the numbers. Just be you and live in the moment, and just act like you got to act like you have millions of people watching you. Because when people see that, they understand, okay, the moment you care about the numbers is the moment you're doing it just like everybody else. Oh, I got to go viral. I got to get crazy. Why is he getting the numbers and I'm not getting the numbers? The moment you don't care about the numbers, the moment people realize you're actually doing this because you want to do this. And that's something that you have to feel, and you can just feel from somebody. It's not like I don't know how to explain it. It's like just like if you know, you get the feeling, you catch the vibe.
It's almost like it's a certain energy that it attracts.
It's the law of attraction.
That you know that you just feel like, this person's putting emotion and passion into
They care. It's like a real genuine thing. The word genuine is like very, this industry that we're in, entertainment, music, whatever you want to call it, it's not a lot of genuine. It's a lot of,
very, very.
It's manipulative, smoke and mirrors, fake. You got PR teams that's causing fake drama, relationships, goals, politics, goals, beefs. It's all fake, and run the numbers up. Numbers. It's like, numbers is like, I'm not really a numbers guy.
But do you feel like that, with that being said, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, money can't buy happiness, but it's hard to tell a broke person.
It's the same thing. Numbers, the
Yeah,
money, the dollar amount. That's not
to
gonna
get to that point first before you can start displaying that, because
no.
You don't think so?
You don't have to be rich, or I feel like you have to find peace. And then peace is more valuable than money. Not a lot of people can get rich. Not a lot of people are finding peace. They're not finding happiness. Peace, happiness, whatever you want to call it. The money, the dollar amount, the internet promotes it. Oh, I got to get chains. I got to get rich cars. Yeah. I got to get jewelry. I got to get the girls, the parties. Like, when people look at me, oh, parties, girls, you're so crazy. You're Hollywood. You're this image. But it's like, it's really just about finding peace and living in the moment and being you. When you try to go for all that money and the girls and all this worldly things, at the end of the day, you're not really happy with yourself. You're not happy with who you are. You don't know yourself. You're not really in tune. You're not peace. You're not at peace. You're just going with whatever the internet says, whatever Justin LeBoy posts, Twitter posts. You're just going with whatever the Matrix is telling you to do. Everybody is getting programmed to do the same thing, same thing, same thing. Personality is getting lost. Genuine connection is getting lost. Feeling is getting lost. It's all numbers. You're just another number in the system, the matrix, the zeros, ones, whatever, numbers. You can't get lost in the numbers. The numbers it's a smoke and mirror.
And I feel like it's really sad too, because I feel like a lot of artistry goes unnoticed because a lot of people feel like it's fabricated. You know,
Yeah.
It's so like it doesn't have any substance. It doesn't
Yeah.
have anything. You know, and a lot. I feel like just a lot of work goes unnoticed because like so many people are trying, and a lot of those people that are trying have like no passion or love for what they're doing. They're wrapped up in what they want.
They're trying. They're trying rather than being. Like you said, it factor. These people don't have it factors. These DJs don't have it factors. They're not DJing. They're just playing music. These producers, they're not producers. They're just beat makers. They just make beats and send it out. They're not in the studio
Not even
pushing.
making melodies.
They're not doing none of that. Regardless if they're making melodies, they're not the one telling the artist, make this melody with your voice. Engineer, put this effect on the vocal. Nah, let me do it. This is how you do it. Hey, we might have to redo that. We're going to have to go back to the studio and do that. You feel me? It's not people are not caring. They're not giving, excuse my French, they're not giving a fuck. They're just doing this because, like I said, the system. Another clone on the conveyor belt. The Matrix. Just because he's doing it, I'm going to do it. All right. And they're doing it mindlessly. It's like they're robots. That's what we're getting to, robots. The genuine connection, the real feeling is getting lost. So it's like, the real it factors are I learned and I like to do a lot of research on like me. I'm more in tune myself. The chosen one, the it factor, it's all the same thing. It's the people that's really aware of what's going on and really doing this, living life with a purpose. They're in tune. They know themselves. They're at peace. They don't care about the worldly things, whatever the internet's telling them they got to do, the system that we got to follow. It's like it's all real. It's all with a purpose.
It's point blank period. They know what they want. They know where they're
Yeah. It's moving with a purpose and doing it because you want to do it, not because the internet or somebody else told you to do it. Shoot, not even because your parents told you to do it. Because our parents are living off an old system that worked for them in their time. The world's changing just like music's changing. Every 10 years, it's a change. You feel me? Things come back. It's a cycle. The world is a circle. Everything's a cycle. What was hot now is going to die, and it's going to come back and again. It's going to pop up again. Nothing is new. Everything, you feel me? Nothing new under the sun. It's all like everything has been done before, and we're just recreating the wheel that's already been created. It's just getting more and more like someone's making it better. But at the end of the day, it's still the same thing.
It's still the base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a different switch. It's just a different twang on everything.
Yeah.
I want to ask you being a producer and a DJ and stuff. How do you feel about the whole? Because I heard you on your Twitch, you're talking about the sound that's popping right now is the whole 310 baby,
right?
Like kind of Flint type shit, like like samples and stuff like that.
It's really the West Coast sound. Yeah, people call it the Flint sound, but if you listen to SOBRBE, they've been making the 3-step.
Fucking A, hell yeah.
That bass line, that's the Bay Area sound.
You're on to something.
Detroit and the Bay Area have the same tempo, and they have the same bass line, they have the same drums, they have the same 808s. So it's like they're trying to say that's a Detroit beat. I've seen all these LA podcasters, all the biggest ones. Oh, it's funny because these big guys in LA that are running these podcasts and these big platforms, I want to see rappers stop hopping on Detroit beats. Well, if you do your homework, this has been a West Coast sound. I've been using samples like these people in Detroit. I've been using the same 3-step pattern. Not even just me. Like we've been had this.
To be honest, like West Coast niggas they fuck with different beats way more than any other coast.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of feel it because like with the like New York, I guess they have the drill. But even what drill is like UK shit, isn't it? drill,
New York drill.
like the New York drill is the same thing as like
Yeah.
UK drill,
Yeah, low
right?
key, I feel like I was listening to a lot of that UK shit before I feel like
I do
started
not like that shit.
jump
I'm
into
sorry.
the New York shit.
You don't like Central C?
I like that one song that what's the song that
Doja Cat.
does he have it?
Yeah,
Maybe
he got some slappers.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Maybe
but,
I just haven't done my
was-
homework
Yeah,
enough.
but I was listening to Central C like.
He's fly though. Okay, I'll give it to them. He has like a different. I feel like everybody else is kind of
crazy.
videos are dope.
The Orange. I don't know if y'all seen that picture.
Wasn't that Skepta too?
I don't know about Skepta. Yep.
Back in the day,
I remember
got
Chipmunk
on the mixtape
from back in the
on
day.
accident.
Chipmunk.
And I was like, fuck it, I'ma keep it. I'm the first
Yeah,
one
yeah.
to got this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, facts. But back to what you said, yeah, I feel like the sound is that bounce. It's going back to the party sound. I feel like we were in this gang banging politics,
dark
ops.
stage.
It's like no, that music doesn't go mainstream. That's just underground, local Cali. I'm the joint in my city.
Yeah,
like
hometown
that's-
hero, like-
yeah, I'm a hometown hero. I'm the biggest in my city. Like that is like. What's after that? It's only Cali. That's our culture. It's not mainstream.
it's like
I don't know.
the tallest short person.
Yeah, it's like I look at it like this, like the wheels coming back around. Now the West Coast sound is getting back to that ratchet party, good vibe,
Yeah.
music, summer. Back like when YG made it mainstream with the Drake and the Mustard. Then we went to like the ratchet. It was the ratchet area, the jerking area. It was fun. Cali music. We're lit. We're turned. We got a vibe. People are taking it serious. Then I feel like it went to the pimp area. Everybody wants to be a pimp with Almighty Suspect,
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman, Ralphie, Draco came in.
Everybody wanted
Then
to
it
be
started
pimp.
being traffic music with the Shoreline Mafia came in. People saturated that. Now it's like it's that nice fun music that everybody can
Yeah.
relate to.
So then, how do you feel? So, how do you feel about that little moment that Stockton had, that 2-1 movement with Slow B and EBK? I don't want to say little movement because I feel like that's still
Oh, the
Yeah.
EBK shit.
that whole
That's cool.
Do you? I feel like that's what you were talking about when you were referring to like joint in the city type shit, or
Nah, I'm talking about like I can't really speak on the Bay. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the sound and the politics and the history about the Bay because I haven't spent too much time out there. I haven't worked with too many artists out there, so I can't really speak too much. I know about the sound and how everybody tries to say Detroit beats, but it's SOBRB. The Bay Area been having beats like that.
Yeah.
So I know about that, but as far as like the scene, I can't really speak on
yeah.
Stockton and Slow B. Like I know about Slow B, the wave he was creating.
Yeah,
EBK.
for sure.
But-
RP Slow B.
Yeah, RIP Slow B, man. I'm not too deep into it, though. Because I don't really have too much knowledge. I haven't really studied it that
I
well.
respect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is the not the movement right now, but like what are some artists that you're listening to? I know I was tapped into the stream last night, and dude, you got like a lot of people sending some fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the names, but it was like some Guala.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Pre-Grams. That's his camp. Jeezy is Mo Guala. I think Bo Crazy sent some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Bo Crazy.
bruh, yeah,
That was crazy, yeah.
that shit was fire.
I got put on. It's crazy because like it's little pockets of people in LA, IE too, that are talented, fire, but they're not getting the media attention. That they gotta have some accountability too because they're not putting themselves out there and going outside, doing photo shoots and getting in that media attention because you gotta make content nowadays. You can't just be tucked in Michael Jackson, don't go outside. Like nowadays you have to be on something. We have to see you like or else it's pointless. You're gonna hit a ceiling cap. You gotta get out there and make content, whether it's you making the content or you going on to like an interview or something. You gotta be just cooking up. We're getting to a point where music is not getting listened as much as it used to be. Now people rather just watch a podcast online or watch something on like the Teslas. You have YouTube in them now. People can rather watch a YouTube video, or if you go to a kickback or something, people would rather watch to a podcast than listen to music. Like at home chilling type wise. Like, we be in the car, we'll probably play music. They got the Teslas, people watching YouTube. It's slowly getting there to where we're visually, but the content creators are now competing with the musicians, which means that now the content creators are making more money, getting bigger deals than the musicians were. So it's happening in real time as we speak right now. So like I said, y'all right now, I don't know what y'all plan is, if y'all gonna implement live streaming, but live streaming is content creation in general is taking over the industry. You got labels paying more money for streamers to promote their songs than the artists. They're giving a budget to you feel me? It's like we're seeing a change. Like content creators are gonna get booked at clubs more now, more than artists. We're getting into that. We're getting into new era.
I feel like the person who's very, very, very much responsible for all that is like Kai Sinat and that whole like
The stream. Are you talking about streaming?
that whole like streamer wise and like
Yeah.
making shit jump just by being a streamer and like
Yeah.
everything else. Because normally you walk in, and there's a big artist there and you're like, oh shit, they're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
what-
But it's like now it's like Kai Sinat's here and the whole club turns up and it's like
Right.
an artist. He's a
Because you gotta understand these artists, especially nowadays, they don't really have a personality.
No.
I learned that being on podcasts. Like these artists are not cool in real life. They're not as cool as they say they are. There's no really emotional attachment other than the lyric they said in their song. If you really hang out with these artists, their egos, their mindset, they're not that interesting. They're not somebody you'd want to hang out with. Yeah, you can get in the cloud and oh my gosh, I'm with this artist, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's like
They're just regular.
if they didn't have, you gotta think about it like this: take the cloud away, take all that away. Is this person interesting enough to hang out with? Are you gonna learn something new from being around this person? If not, why are you hanging around with them? Cloud, chains, you gotta wear designer. Is that what's making you the person you are, or are you making the person you are?
Yeah, you're putting
Are
on
you
a
making
costume.
you're putting a costume on a mask.
Yeah.
You gotta put a mask on every day and be this persona that you built up, catalog, song, whatever, to the public eye. All these PR stunts that you've hired PR agents and whatever to cause these controversies in the public, these fake beefs, fake relationship goals with Instagram models to get traffic to your business and their business. You feel me? Like it's all not real. So it's like, yeah, and now it's at a point where it's even more watered down than it's ever been. Like people are starting to realize the BS. Like, so that's why content creators are on the come up now, because now we can focus our attention on something that's a little bit more authentic. We can see that it's authentic because we can see it.
Yeah.
Hearing it, it's like it's only half of the pie. You're only hearing it. You're not really seeing it. So it's like it's a hit or miss. You might take it, you might not. If you visually see it and hear it at the same time, it's 100%. You're all in.
That's when that music
Sold.
video comes in clutch.
That's why music videos, yeah.
Well, now that you're saying that, like, I'm starting to really realize, because it takes a lot more personality to be a content creator.
Yeah.
To be an artist, because I could sit
Anybody can be
here
an artist.
and spit my ass off and have as much bars as I want, but I could be a complete douchebag. Like behind
Right.
the scenes. Whereas, you know what I'm saying? Like for content, you kind of have to, even if you are faking a persona, you have to fake a good personality. Like at
Yeah.
some point, you're still, you know what I'm saying? Like you,
I get what you're saying, but I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
like at
Yeah,
some
I get
point,
what
you
you're saying.
still understand the concept of having personality and being interesting and being
Yeah.
appealing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's
Yeah, because you still have to sell yourself.
most.
like-
But even then, like I said, the biggest people are the ones that are actually with content creating that I'm learning. The biggest people are in content creating, the most genuine and actual real people that are actually being themselves. They have the most traction and they have the quicker come up. The people that are faking and doing the formula that made somebody else viral, and now they're trying to copy him and do the same thing just because it worked for somebody else. They're gonna have a long time to do it, and they're not gonna last very long. It's like you can go viral on TikTok, have the biggest song, you have the biggest viral clip. How long is that gonna last? How long is the longevity? Is it just that quick viral moment? Because you gotta understand attention spans are getting shorter. So I'm swiping, I see the viral moment. All right, bet. Are you gonna come back? Is it gonna be people that's gonna hold on and seek more? And are you gonna give them that more? Or was it just that fake viral clip just for that? Was it really real? Is that really you?
Yeah.
Like, I just started streaming, but I've been the same I've been doing all the same stuff I've been doing. It's just I haven't had the whole structure of having a camera, the equipment, and setting it up right. I've been living it and doing it, but it's like now it's so much natural. And I feel like I'm going up quick because I've been doing it. I have a history. I have a catalog. You can do your homework type thing. It's like people are just starting to stream, and it's like, you're a streamer now? Like, now you act like this? Like, there's no trail of you've been doing this, like, just like rappers. Like, it's crazy. I went to school with so many people that would hate on me and talk shit. Now these people are doing music, and it's like, so
I did that type shit.
when I was doing it, you was hating. Now you asking for my help. Years later, it's just like I see the fake. Like,
I remember like telling my math teacher in 7th grade, like he was like asking he was pretty much asking us our dreams, like what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And there was like people saying like they wanted to be like the airline attendants or
Yeah.
like people and he gets to me and he's like, what do you want? I was like, I want to be a music artist.
Right.
And he looks at the whole class and he's like, all right, well, let's try to be a little more realistic now.
When was this? A while ago, right?
Yeah, 7th grade. I'm a
Yeah.
now. I'm in 7th
Yeah.
grade. That shit
System.
crushed me low key. I was like, what the fuck?
That's the by design.
Like,
Yeah.
You for real?
Yeah.
What
The
do
Matrix.
what do
You got to do this. You got to go to college and you got to learn how to do this. You got to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
It's all system. Nobody wants to be their own person. That's all by design, though. We can't blame I feel like that is one thing we can't blame ourselves for. Nowadays, it's like if you're still doing that, you're like, now it's more leeway. We have a little bit more freedom. I feel like nowadays, if you want to make music and be a rapper in high school, you're not gonna get hated on. It's like, oh, bet I do it too. Back then, it's like, don't get ahead of yourself, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
When I tried rapping and shit, too, obviously this is my brother, so he remembers those days.
Yeah.
I remember like they're like, "Fool, you're Mexican."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I don't know, fool. Like, I like this shit. I think I'm nice.
You want to be you, but you got somebody else that's
right
in the Matrix. Oh no, bro, you got to do it like this. You got to do it. It's like, bro, stop trying to tell me how to live my life. All these haters, like, they all have one thing in common. They're in the system. You're just a clone. You're just another number in this Matrix system that we live in. You're just the next puppet. Like, you can't think for yourself. You don't have no dreams. You have no aspirations. You're just following the book.
And see, and I think that's what brought I guess that's what it would be, is insecurity on why, you know what I mean? Like, why I felt like I wasn't worth anything type shit. Because, like,
People made you feel that way.
Yeah, like, little shit. Like, even my pops, like, I'd be like, oh, dude, I just wrote this bar. And he'd be like, oh, all right. And then, like, growing up, like, I think he kind of realized, like, oh, support my kids a little bit. Because my dad was a young parent.
Right.
And then, like, when he grew up, he's like, oh, hell yeah. Pay for studio time. Let's get a music video going.
Right.
It does make you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, I wish, like, when I was growing up and trying to do that, I wish this fool would have did that.
Yeah.
But it's a blessing that he gets to do that. He has the opportunity to go and get that.
You guys are really brothers?
Yeah.
Bro,
You're the younger child?
Yeah.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
he's older. He's like 10 years older than me.
Oh, 10 years older?
Dog,
No, I'm just
You look
kidding.
younger.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's 10 years old. I'm 10 years
Nah,
old.
he's only
I was
like,
going to say, what the?
I'm 11 years older than him.
This
Yeah.
for real, my
Is there any more siblings?
Yeah, two
Yeah,
other
yeah,
ones.
So do you know about the middle child syndrome?
Well, we have four.
Oh.
We have four brothers.
Yeah.
So
Have you heard about middle child syndrome?
for sure.
yeah,
I learned about it literally last night on my stream.
I seen some like things about it where it's always like the middle child gets treated like shit type shit.
Yeah.
Fun fact, apparently, just studies that although middle children are treated like shit,
Yeah.
that they end up being the most successful out of the.
Come on.
Because they have more of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
They have more to prove.
Hold on.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Bought my house at 23 years old. You know what I mean? Come on. Boom,
What's up?
baby, and married. Come on.
You way in there. You way in there.
I'm in there, pops. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's crazy.
So I'll take a shot for that one. Shout out, Boo Boo. I love you, Boo.
So it's
fire.
it's pretty crazy going through your catalog. You worked with so many people I grew up listening to, and it's crazy going
Yeah.
through songs. It's like, oh fuck, I listen to this all the time, and he produced this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being oblivious, being a little kid.
Yeah.
But I noticed you made this one song with Almighty Suspect that I like OBN.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Off the tape.
That's my shit right there. And I was in the
OBN, OBN is Almighty Zay.
Uh-oh.
Is that Almighty Zay? I thought that was,
Yeah, OBN, that's the gang. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it's a.
You might be talking about
Fact check.
you might be talking about the song off the tape. It's a blue cover. I think that song is called. I'm gonna have to look. I be forgetting the names of my songs.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's crazy though, because I remember I would always be like listening to like LA artists and shit, and then he would come through and be listening to, like, crazy weird shit. Like,
Yeah.
he was low key like the person to put me like on like that type of wave, like
Yeah.
Almighty, like Frosty, like Blueface type shit. Just like as a youngster, always listening to like he just tapped in for some reason.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, dude, what the fuck are you listening to? But it grows on you, man.
Yeah.
Like when I first heard it, because when I came up, like I was like a hip hop head. Like I was listening
Right.
to Joey Badass and like even the ASAP Mob back in the day was like lyrical to me, at least.
Right.
Mac Miller and shit is like more so my. What year did you graduate?
2018.
2018. So
Yeah.
what were the artists that you were listening to that kind of molded you?
I was listening to when I first started listening to hip hop music. I started out listening to EDM.
Ooh, what kind of EDM?
Skrillex, Dead Mouse, Avicii, Martin Garrix.
Okay.
So I was more EDM when I first I'm listening to music, and I realized I'm listening to music when I was like a young kid. And then when I first got put on to hip hop by my uncle, he put me on to the Carter 3.
Okay.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
So Lil Wayne was like the first hip hop I listened to.
Yeah.
Then I listened to 2 Chainz,
Which
based
one?
on a true story.
Yeah, Boats. Come on, Boats, homie. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did you fuck with the No, yeah, I guess that is based on a true story. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
based on
I
true
think it was
story.
Krayshawn and shit was on there too, right?
Yeah. So that was like the first hip hop I was listening to, and
Yeah, you must have been young listening to that.
yeah, I was like,
Because I had to have been 14 or 15.
yeah, I was probably around, I want to say middle school probably. So like I was probably 12.
Yeah. That probably makes sense.
So
Yeah.
is that around when you started making? Oh, this was a question
Yeah, I
I
made
wanted
beats
to
at
ask you
12.
earlier.
At 12?
12 years old, yeah.
What were the producers that kind of like help inspire you? Like what was your big three? I would say.
At first, like I said before, I did hip hop. It was and I made music based on what I first started listening to. So I started listening to EDM first. I started making EDM beats first, electric, dubstep. I was on the apps. Like you go on a computer app and there's like a cube, and you click on the cube and it makes a loop. And I would just add loops together and create a whole composition.
That has to be why you're like 808s is so crazy. Because I grew up on dubstep.
Yeah.
I grew up on dubstep.
Yeah, I think that is why.
Rusco, Caspa.
Bass heavy.
Yeah, like
Bass heads, like that whole wave where you can go on YouTube and look up a mix bass boosted, bro. I love bass, like Lowerville's.
Have
Like,
you ever been to a rave?
nah, I never have been to a rave.
Oh, you got.
I haven't really even been to like a concert. Like I'm usually like DJing. I'm not like in the audience like turning up as a consumer.
Right.
I'm just like the one that's the show. Like I never been to like.
The last concert I went to was Once Upon a Time in L.A. with the whole Draco situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were waiting there. Me and my lady were arguing. I was like, Draco's about to go on. Let's go over there.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, Snoop Dogg's about to go on. Like, fuck that.
Mm.
I was like, fuck, all right. I can always see Draco another time.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the Snoop Dogg thing. As soon as we got there, like, the stage was dead. We're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Then a bunch of ghetto birds were just flying around. We're like, dude, we got to dip. Like, I know something bad happened. We were walking out the gate, and then, like, some girl was, like, crying. She was like, they fucking stabbed Draco.
You were there when that happened?
I was at that concert, yeah.
I deadass texted him that night. I
He
was like,
texted
bro,
me,
they
yeah.
got Draco. He was like, fool, I was
Yeah.
there.
I was there. Like, I
was
wasn't
like,
not saying I was
fuck.
backstage.
But he was like,
as I
yeah.
was leaving, because, like, you seen all the helicopters and shit, like, I was like, nah, like, let's go, babe, because, like,
Yeah.
traffic's going to be crazy. And as we were walking out, some girl was, like, literally crying. Like, she must have seen it. Because, like, she did look kind of, like, pretty like a bad bitch. Like, maybe she did, like, have some access backstage.
Right.
And she was like, oh, my God, I can't believe they fucking killed Draco. She was, like, crying, like, hysterically. And my wife, like, looked at me like, what the fuck? Like, and then I looked it up, and it was like, yeah, like, already, like, reports were being like, oh, he's getting, like, taken to the hospital or whatever, that they don't know how his condition is.
Yeah.
Probably,
that
this is a
was
really
crazy
gnarly,
day.
like, subject, but you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Draco.
R.I.P.
One of the
Draco.
fucking
That shit.
goats, you know what I mean?
It's
What's up,
crazy
you look
how
like-
they always take. That's why I always be like in my head about like. I feel like my time is limited. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just in the back of my head I feel like that's why I live every day. Like it's my last. Like I want to be able to help people and leave my mark in a positive way and not a negative way. Because I feel like in this industry, as you get bigger, there's always negative that tries to come for you. Allegations, you did this to this person back then, and it comes up out of years later, out of nowhere. Like look at Young Thug. He didn't think years later
Oh, I know.
this something that happened back then is gonna come back up and now jeopardize you. Like you gotta really be careful of every single thing you do. So
sure.
I live and I keep that in mind all the time. Like everything you do is you gotta really just play chess with life. Live like in this music stuff. I realize a lot of people, they don't have nothing to lose. So they act accordingly. You act like you have nothing to lose. You're reckless. You don't give a fuck. Me, it's like I got stuff. I move like I have a lot to lose. So I act how I act and I move how I move with a purpose because I realize the value I have and I'm not going to let some random person that has nothing to lose try to pull me off course.
Right.
Like, I realize who I am, and I'm in tune with myself. So, I understand I have that to lose, myself and my originality, my uniqueness. Yeah. Somebody that's following the system and acts just like everybody else, that's just in this, like, you're a number in the system, I can see, all right, you have nothing to lose. I see why you jeopardize people, your liability, you hate on people, you try to tear stuff down. It's obvious.
Right.
So it's like me just knowing that, like I said, even coming here, like I really don't take this lightly at all. Like I said, it's upbringing, have people that you go to school with in the NFL, like you feel me? Like not even saying like they don't, but just saying like we have like some motion out here that's like a culture. And it's like platforms like these are the ones that showcasing that and bringing it to life because bringing it to life and bringing it to light because if y'all don't do it, nobody is, and it's like then nobody's gonna know. You feel me?
Well, and that's why I know I'm gonna prosper because I'm not one of those guys that goes and I'm not looking up Yike MIke allegation or like looking up your real name and going into like a court file and like trying to find out like what kind of case you got or something. Like I'm not like one of those people trying to reach for followers or anything like that. Like that kind of shit like just kind of seems like a little bit whack to me. Like to go and like reach like you're not having a genuine even the the questions and shit I haven't went through any of these. We're just having genuine conversation.
Right.
And it's like I just kind of feel like even like the questions people ask, they're always trying to catch someone up in like some type of thing. And I feel like I'm gonna prosper because I feel like I'm more positive. I'm just trying to drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, have a conversation.
That's why I told you from the beginning, like, I'm a little nervous, so I gotta get my questions. All right, guys, and you're reading, like, you gotta just be able to, like, that's just the same stuff everybody else does. Oh, let me take note, research. Like, sometimes you gotta just let the questions come out naturally instead of forcing them. Not even just forcing them, but just, like, making it so, like, have, like, a segment and be, you feel me, structure. But it doesn't have to be so, like, precise. The questions that need to come out are gonna come out because everything happens for a reason, and it's gonna come out. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. So with the segment thing being brought up, I did have a segment for you, but we didn't have enough time to get it together.
Really do it.
It's for producers.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get your just opinion because we don't have yours lined up.
Okay.
I do have another one tomorrow, so maybe you can get that opinion. But I want to start doing a thing for like the producers and shit that I interview. It'll be I don't know the name yet. I'm usually pretty clever with it, but I'll find the beats that maybe you guys sell like on BeatStars or something.
Right, yeah.
And then I'll try to find type beats and compare the two and play both of them and try to see which one is yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so see if you.
So you think I can't tell my own beats?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just a segment. Damn, man, that guy fucking came back fire right now. Just like, no, it's just like a fun little thing where it was like, okay, like this beat and this beat. Which beat do you think is yours?
Yeah.
Like, so because I always wondered that. I feel like producers go and they push out like, not producers, I guess beat makers go and they try to like put out a lot of beats and stuff for like the public and stuff. So that they can sell. Does it become generic when you try to do it? Because I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I don't do that beat store no more. Like I was like, it's like, are you doing music because I gotta get money, I gotta pay bills, or are you doing music because, man, I love music, I'll do this for free.
Yeah.
There's, like I said before, at the beginning of the conversation, people are not doing this genuinely. They're doing it because I gotta get $1, I gotta make money, I gotta pay my rent, I gotta do this, I gotta buy this, I gotta do this, I gotta get rich, I gotta do this. Like, it's like.
So there was never a thing where when you were making beats, like you had like. Who was it? The homie Marvel was talking to me about it. He's like part of like the 808 cartel thing out there, like DJ Flip and shit.
Yeah.
He was like, like we have beats that like I come up with like real quick.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can get it. They're good beats still, and I can get them off. And then I have shit that I spend time on for like the levels type shit.
Right.
Is that something that actually takes place in like the producer world, like where you have tiers of beats?
I mean, I can't really speak for somebody else, but me, I feel like. Yeah, you do got them beats that you probably like didn't think too much of, and you're probably gonna sell at a lower rate. And if you are just being a beat maker and having a beat store and selling beats to the public for $80, $100, whatever, like it's definitely like, put it this way: if you're being a producer, you're putting time, effort, and investment into creating the song. So if you're putting in the hours and you're putting in the time with the person you're creating with, you actually know them. Because you got to think about a lot of these producers, the artist doesn't even know who they are. It's like you're just a name and a number in a system and, oh, you made this beat, bet. I'm rapping on it. I'm making money off of it. Right. It's not a genuine connection. Like, all my biggest songs that I made, the Blueface, whatever, all those songs were not, hey, let me email you this beat. Oh, it's a big song. No, those are like studio sessions. Those were beats that I made for that artist specifically. they told me do this, and I did that. It was like a real collaboration. Music is collaboration. Nowadays, it's saturated. It's not collaboration no more. It's just a get rich quick scheme type thing.
I hate that so much. I hate that whole like I hit up an artist like to work or something, and they're like, "Oh, send me your email," or send me. It's like that shit's so like.
Well, you gotta understand. You gotta like, you gotta get trust.
Yeah, you definitely gotta build a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
But that's why I did my. That's like one of the biggest reason why I always had that barrier. Like I'm practicing what I preach. Like yeah, find somebody and work. But it's like you got the DMs, and the DMs is like just I don't like the DMs. Like
Yeah.
you get the let's work DMs. It's like let's work on what? What are we working on? With what? Why? What's the return? Like you feel me?
You
Like
want someone to come to you with their vision, what they want to do, how
A
they
plan.
wanna execute it, and what you're gonna do. Don't
Exactly.
be brainless like a zombie.
exactly. Like you want me. Like you're coming to me and expecting me to create your plan for you. Like a consultant or something. Like I'm not. No. Like you come to me ready and have the motion to back it up. Even if you don't have motion, have like a vision, something. But that's why. Oh shoot.
No, you good.
That's why I did my streams so I can connect with the people that are trying to work with me, hear their music, and then I make the judgment to see if I can tell in the music that you actually make music and you're actually serious about it. Because anybody can make music, anybody can send music and this and that, but it's like I don't know if it's me or if this is actually just anybody can do it, but I can tell how serious somebody is in their music and by the way it makes you feel. Because the way it was recorded is the way it's gonna come out. What you put in, what you put out. So the way somebody recorded a song, I can tell. I could just like I said, I could tell the studio session. I could tell the studio session was probably lit on certain songs. Oh, this was fire. They had a good time. I could tell the producer was right next to him, making sure, hey, redo that. And then I could tell some songs that I was just like, okay, you didn't give a fuck. You're just trying to be like everybody else. You feel me? So it's like through the streams and why I started streaming is like, let me figure out who the people that are trying to work with me. Let me figure out who's next up and let me actually push the culture and be a DJ and stand on my word and really do what I'm supposed to do. If you're going to call yourself a DJ, if you're going to call yourself a producer, do that. Don't just do the bare minimum and make beats. Today, it's the bare minimum. They're calling anybody a producer now because it's the internet. You can do whatever you want. Oh, I make beats. I'm a producer. Oh, I'm a rapper. That's because I know how to, you feel me? You got to really understand what you're doing and take it serious. You're in your city. You're putting on for your city. You think you're the best in your city. Well, what have you done for your city? Who have you put on? Who have you told somebody about? Who have you shed light on? Who have you actually put before you put yourself? Who have you put in position to win? Who have you wanted to see win more than yourself? Like, you can't be selfish with this. Like, you got to be able to give somebody a bigger opportunity than you would give yourself, genuinely. And then, you got the people that's like, oh, I'm only going to do this because I expect a return. Like, I'm only going to help you because I expect, and it's not said, but it's expected. If I do this for you, you got to do this for me. And the moment you don't do this for me, I'm not messing with you no more. So therefore, it wasn't you didn't genuinely help me. You just did it because you expected something from me. It wasn't real. You didn't really care about me. You just wanted a return. You didn't say it. Hey, if I do this, bro, I want you to do this. You got to do this. Nah, I'm doing this. This is what the universe is going to provide for me. This is what's going to happen if I do this for you. You feel me? It's not oh, you have to do it. Anything you do good, you're going to have good karma. Bad karma, all that. Whether it's called good karma or not, you do good, the universe is going to repay with good. You do bad, a lot of bad's going to happen. You feel me? Like, even if you're not a bad person yourself, what you surround yourself with, your main circle, that energy is going to come off on you. Like,
This universe shit is really just like a boomerang. Whatever you throw out is really just gonna come.
Yeah.
Back out to you.
Everything that's crazy. I was talking to, I had a conversation. I was realizing like the earth is the world is a circle. The life is a circle. The circle of life. The circle is like everything is a cycle. Something happens, gets saturated. Somebody new comes, makes something else that gets saturated. It goes back to the old one. It's like after time passes, people forget about things. So then it sounds like it's new, but it's really not new. It's just really old, and not too many people are still familiar with it. So it comes back. And then it just goes, it's a cycle, comes back, just like day and night. It's like, it's a cycle, comes back. Everything that happened already happened.
And I feel like that's the same way with music that's already put out too. That a lot of music that's been put out in the past, it resurfaces and gets repopular again.
Yeah, sampling.
Yeah, sampling or social media trends or
Right.
anything like that. Like
Yeah.
I noticed that like on TikTok and stuff like that, like the old school like 90s, like early 2000s rock has been coming back.
Right.
Hella.
Like what? Like Deftones?
Yeah,
and shit
like
that?
Yeah.
Deftones
And you got the camcorders now
Incubus
coming back.
and shit.
Yeah.
I know, and it looks so cool. I love
So
that. Shit.
It's all vintage. Like everything comes back around. Everything comes back up. So it's like that was like popular back then. Even like the stack sweats, like bootcut pants, like that was like a thing. Like now it's back popular again. Like it's all everything comes back around again. You feel me? Nah, I'm cool. Will. Yeah, good looks. But yeah, bro. And you gotta understand it and realize that too. Like as like understand what you're doing. You gotta, and then that's why take inspiration. Take inspiration from things that happened back then and try to implement in your own way in some today type shit. You feel me?
So I did want to ask, just curious, just getting to know you. What was some stuff you watched like growing up, like as a kid, bro? Like what influenced you? Like were you a big anime person?
Yeah, I was.
You were a big anime person?
I was like really, like I said, I'm like they can call me LA, whatever they call me, like a square nerd, but like in Rancho, that's like regular. Like I was into anime. I like the animations. Avatar that's not anime, but it's like
No, but
style of cartoon
yeah,
in U.S.
most definitely.
Yeah, I liked anime. I just like the storylines and how it was like written well and it looked good, visually appealing. Like I feel like people downplay anime. Like the animation is way better than U.S. animation. Like it's just the animation, the relatability, the maturity. I like stuff like that. So that's why like I really related to anime.
And the age it goes back to too, it dates back so far.
Yeah,
You
it's
you got
art.
Pictures of manga, flip motion pictures.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to make fun of you when I was.
Yeah, I know, and that shit's popular now too,
Yeah.
which is also crazy that people like.
Now everybody likes it, but
Everyone
you was just talking about it, saying, "Oh, that's corny." You,
Oh, I was making fun of like
Yeah.
yeah. I'll stand on my words. I was making fun of him like.
Sorry, I'm a nigga.
yeah. Rest in peace. He just
yeah,
passed
alright.
away
Oh,
yesterday.
Dragon Ball Z,
Dragon Ball
dude.
Z
Oh,
creator.
I've been seeing that. Yeah, R.I.P. to
That's-
homeboy.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to that. I did watch a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Rest in peace to him.
most definitely.
Damn, that's fucking wild. So, what are some like projects that you have looking forward to? Do you have any like I know that you do like compilation like little tapes or like the last one was so lower something, right, with space in it.
Kai Bands. That was
Kai
a
Bands.
single. That wasn't a project.
That beat was fucking
Yeah,
insane, by the way. I
Yeah,
just want to
appreciate
say
it.
that. Go listen to that shit right now. That shit was fucking crazy. I was
Yeah,
listening to
yeah.
that shit in the car, breaking my fucking neck. But
How to let them know, you feel me? Still in this thing, you
There you
feel me?
go. What are like the future endeavors and shit? Is there anyone that you're working with that we don't know about? Maybe you can.
26 Kata is he used to go by Kata Bandit.
okay.
He just rebranded himself to 26 Kata. You know the whole industry politics. You got to rebrand. So, he just rebranded, and I feel like I like unique, and I like things that don't sound like the typical Draco, the Ruler, Kalen for real stuff. Like everybody sounds like
Yeah.
it's just we gotta like. I stress it even on my streams. Like if you're a rapper in Cali, you most likely sound like Draco. You just
Yeah.
people want to be like everybody else. Like, yeah, it's cool to take inspiration, but that's not getting inspiration. That's copying. So it's like you didn't live what he lived, so how can you rap like how he rapped? I feel like really being yourself and being music is you gotta be yourself. If you be yourself, you're gonna have your own flow, your own lingo, your own ways of saying things, your own expressions, your own tone, your own voice texture. Like, I literally know people that have a different voice texture when talking, and then when they rap, they change their voice texture to sound like somebody that already
Yeah.
exists. It's like, why do you want to be? And it's like the internet, man. Everybody want to
But then
live
when
that
that
life.
when that shit stops, it's like then what do you like? Whose voice are you gonna copy after that?
Longevity. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
the
longevity.
people that last are the ones that are really themselves. You feel me? Like y'all say, oh, years just, you feel me? Like I've been doing this for a while, like since I was 12. Like I'm still just trying to cook.
Yeah. See, and I've seen your name the past 5-6 years, and so I only think 5-6 years, but no one knows like the grind story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. People,
But you have talked about it a lot though on other podcasts though. I feel like.
yeah. Like people, another reason why I started streaming was because people just see me in the parties and on these interviews and whatever, and they think like I'm just like some crazy big guy. All these girls around me, oh, he's probably a jerk. He has all these girls, but it's like I'm really like that's just the product of what I'm around, the industry I'm working in, the career I'm doing. It comes with girls, and all that stuff is all fake too. Not fake as like I don't really like, you feel, I'm not around it. Like, I'm obviously around it, but as far as like them genuinely caring about me, I know it's not real.
Yeah.
They just either trying to get in the party for free, or they're just, what's the addy? I'm trying to go outside. You have the moves, so you feel me? It's not a genuine. They don't really care.
Did you
It's not
ever do you ever fall into that like little rabbit hole where it was like kind of girls, or because I mean you're popping, like is there
What do you mean rabbit hole?
like a rabbit hole as in like where the females are going and they're kind of, I don't want to say throwing themselves at you, but
Oh
like,
yeah.
like I guess like
Yeah.
just throwing
For
themselves
sure,
at
yeah,
you,
no,
like
It's literally, they literally throw themselves on you, like,
so
literally.
did you have to learn like like did you try it out, like did you knock that out a little bit? Did you play a season in that game, or were you
I did.
automatically like fucking I can't trust these
I
girls?
played a season. I feel like I always didn't trust them. I always didn't trust girls because of just what I'm around. You feel me? I see it, so it's like I'm cautious. I'm a really cautious person. I'm careful.
That's cool.
I move really cleanly and cautiously. I know it's very dirty out there, and I really try to stay clean and of value because of who I am, and I'm trying to, you feel me? Health is wealth. It looks cool, but the dark side is it's very dirty and disgusting. So I'm like really big on just, yeah, it's cool to be around it, but like if you think that I'm really over here doing all these girls, it's like you're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna blame you because like obviously outside looking in, I'm realizing it looks like that. In my head, I'm thinking I was clueless. I'm thinking it doesn't look like that. Like people probably think, oh yeah, he's probably not. But people think, oh yeah, I'm around all these girls, so you're probably, you feel me? You're around and this and that, and it's like really, it's like nah. I'm actually. I got traumatized when I was in middle school. We was doing like the sex ed class, and that stuff just traumatized me. Like all the diseases you can get is just like that traumatized me, and I just like, yeah, we can hang out, we can cool, we can vibe and talk, and I feel like that's why like a lot of people still do stick around. Like I have a lot of homegirls. I have a lot of homegirls, like friends that are females, and I feel like that comes from like, I'm not trying to get in your pants. Like I'm not that guy that everybody else. I'm not the nigga that's like every other guy. Like
Right.
if I'm talking to you, I'm gonna make sure you get something out of this conversation that's beneficial and that is an asset to your life, your journey, whatever you're trying to do. I don't want to be the liability and the somebody that's gonna break you down and ruin you and oh this and that. Like I'd rather be uplifting. You're gonna get something out of this interaction, this vibe with me that is good, that you can remember as a good thing. If it was my last day on earth and oh yeah, I remember that guy, he did this and it was, you feel me, it was a good thing. You feel me? The remembrance. I want to have a good, I don't know how to say it. I just want to have a good legacy type thing. You feel me? And I always keep that in mind. But streaming, it's like I'm able to showcase who I really am, and people get the smoke and mirrors that the internet probably portrays or however it looks. I'm not trying to make it seem like that, but you know, obviously people have their own ways of thinking. They learn that this is what it is and this is what it is, so they expect that's what it is. But really, they do their research. It's like, and actually get to know me in real life, go to my streams. You learn that it's like I'm just like y'all. Like I'm just as relatable as y'all. I'm a nerdy, geeky kid. I'm just like, you feel me? I guess I just look cool because of the music, the artists I work with. I'm around a lot of big people, but it's like really, it's like I'm into like knowledge and learning new skills. I'm like a nerdy kid type.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a square, whatever y'all want to call me. That's me.
I had a whole different image. Like right when you walked in, I was like, "You drink? You know, you smoke?"
That's crazy.
And then
bro.
like you were like said something about your body. I was like, "Oh, you're one of the, you know, nothing wrong with like, you know,
Yeah.
but like taking care of your body and stuff."
Yeah.
I want to start being like that. You know what I mean? But I feel like I work like a really hard job, and then when I come home, I'm like tired, and then I'm like trying to like hit up people trying to get on the podcast and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, maybe I'm making excuses. I'm sure I can do it, squeeze in 30 minutes somewhere,
Right.
in the house, maybe do some shit. But what do you think kind of like drove you? Did you grow up like that, like in a real healthy environment? Like was mom's always going to like what the, I don't even know what it's called, Whole Foods or
Nah.
No.
Honestly,
Was that influenced by sports in a way? I guess. Pretty much?
yeah,
Influenced
sports. I realized that there was a difference between how I felt when I did sports and then when I stopped doing sports. I was really healthy, eating a lot, taking proteins, like really just being healthy, watching what I eat. after football, I started like really. I didn't care what I ate. I used to eat I ate whatever. I ate candy, sweets, not drugs or none. Drinking alcohol. I didn't really do that till later on. But like I really was just like I ate whatever. I didn't really care, and I started noticing it catch up. I catch up to me. Started noticing like I'm not as like I'm not as productive. I'm lazier. And that's just all with the food you eat. So now it's like I really watch what I eat. I really drink water now. I don't drink sodas or juice with all the extra chemicals and stuff. I really be cautious on all that now. Like breaking, like fasting and intermediate fasting. You know, breaking the fast.
Yeah.
Well, you start your day with fruit. You feel me? Don't start with You feel me? You gotta get energy. It helps your digestive system. It gets your mind thinking. Really, you shouldn't eat until you've done anything productive. So I always try to do something productive first before I even eat a meal. And usually that's around like the afternoon. So it's like when the sun is at the highest point when you're most is at your peak. You feel me? Then as the day goes, you know you get you lose energy, whatever.
So what would you recommend for someone that wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning every day and then
2 a.m. in the morning, like the
Yeah.
sun's not even up.
No, yeah, like 2 a.m. and then it goes to like work.
I would say you could probably snack on some fruit. Blueberries. I feel like blueberries is like you go to sleep, has melatonin. You eat that as you're trying to rest. So probably like oranges, citrus, acidic foods. That's gonna get your stomach moving and breaking down and working. It's gonna get your mind working. You feel me? It's acidic, so you're gonna be up. So like tangerines, oranges,
Maybe
stuff
squeeze
like that.
maybe squeeze some lemon on my hot Cheetos. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Mexicans.
Hot Cheetos is one of the worst foods you can eat. Hot Cheetos. I haven't had hot Cheetos in like years.
No way, bro.
Hot Cheetos has
No way.
red 40 and a bunch of other chemicals that's deadly, causes cancer. It's bad. Why do you think?
So
Man, I don't want to say too much.
Talk on it, man. Come on. No, this is like differently. This is a side that probably like a lot of my guests aren't gonna be on. I don't think, but maybe like
You don't think?
I don't think that they'll be like on this type of shit. Like everybody that I've been interviewing and shit, we all get drunk and just smoke weed and fucking like do this.
Yeah.
So like you're putting me on game with like a lot of shit. That's why I said the whole 2 a.m. thing because I wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And
Waking up.
I don't eat anything until like maybe 9 when I take my first break.
Okay, yeah. I mean, well, you start your day early, so 9 o'clock will be a good time to break your fast. Usually 5 hour between your last meal.
Oh, that's cool to think of it like, or I mean, it is fasting, not think of it like fasting.
Intermediate. You're not really fasting, like not
Yeah.
eating.
No, yeah,
You're
no,
like
I
you're
get what
taking
you're
a
saying.
break, a couple hour, like a 5-6 hour break type thing.
Yeah.
So breaking it is the best way. So like starting with like you could break your fast with like bread or eggs or some. You feel me? Bacon, meat. You feel me? You could start it. We could break it with that. I like to break it with fruit because it's not as filling, and I can break it with the meat and protein I need later. I can eat that like probably like another hour later because fruit it's not really filling, but it will hold you for like a couple hours until I get my actual meal in the afternoon when the sun is at its highest. I'll eat like you feel me meat or something. I'll try to have like something that's like gonna sit. Fruit is like it's there. It gives you the energy and it goes out. It's not a lasting. It doesn't last.
Is there any kind of like meat that you don't like prefer to eat? Because I know there's people who are like, oh, I don't eat pork. Or
Yeah, I honestly am trying my hardest not to eat pork and red meats because the meat that we're eating now, the food we're eating now, is getting worse and worse and worse, and you start seeing so many health problems, mental problems because of the food people eat, and that's all by design. Like where people live, the how that you feel me, that's all like the foods they're gonna sell there. They're gonna try to keep they're gonna try to keep them in that bubble of health problems, financial, like where they live. You feel me? They all set these grocery stores. It's all that design. You feel me? They're trying to keep, but yeah, I try to like not eat red meats and bacon and like turkey bacon's cool, but like pork is like so bad for you. Like that is like
and
I try not to eat none of that.
as Mexicans, and I'm sure as like black people too, but as Mexicans, like, do we eat like chicharron and like
Right.
carnita?
It's fire, but it's like if you eat that so much,
Oh, I eat the food. Like
You
there was a time, maybe like 3 months, where I was getting chicharron like fucking like twice a week.
right?
And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about like like a bag of chicharron. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like the cut like this with like fucking.
Yeah.
Man, my mouth's watering right now. Hey, shout out to
It's fire. Yeah, nah.
Shout out to Cardenas.
It's cool to
but-
treat yourself though. Sometimes.
See, but then that's the thing is like it wouldn't be a treat. I'd just be overindulging. So
That's what I'm saying.
What's
Yeah.
a no go for you? What's something you see you like you get like sick to look at? That's like something.
Candy.
that's why on the. Oh yeah, fuck it. I don't think she'll see it. That's why on the live stream.
Yeah, I really didn't want to eat that, but
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let me support.
Yeah.
And
He was like, "Hey, no homo, but can someone finish my strawberry?" or
yeah,
some shit?" I was like,
yeah.
"Fuck."
I don't really like candy. That candy is so bad for you. Like I like sour. I'm a sour. I like sour gummy worms, but it's like I can't eat them as much. And you feel me? Treat yourself. I probably have it here and there. Celebration if I'm celebrating or something.
So do you feel the effect it does on you when
Yeah.
you eat shit like that? Like you eating? You're like,
I'm
"Fuck,
very,
I hate that."
I'm very in tune with my body, and I'm very aware, and I make sure I know what's going on because the only way I can create and be productive is when I'm good, like when I'm at my. Because I was playing football, so I really know how working out and what it does for your body, what you eat. I remember that time of my life so vividly. So it's like I really understand it now as I'm not doing that no more, what it's doing to my body and my thinking process, my creative process. Because all those beats I was making, I was still playing football. So I was in a different mindset. My body was in a different ground. My brain was working differently than it was today. So like working out and just putting good stuff in your body, that all goes a long way all around. Like your health, your mental state, creativity, productivity, your mental state, like, oh, maybe I'm not doing this good enough, insecurity, like that all comes from the food you eat. The grease, the chemicals, all that stuff has stuff that it's like side effects.
Yeah.
It does different things to your mental state, and it gives people anxiety. It gives people they be in their head a lot. They thinking too hard. That's all based on what you eat.
And it's so crazy too because it breaks down to the littlest factors. Like as you know, people
Yeah.
who have low iron, and that
Yeah.
side effect to low iron could be like suicidal or depressive thoughts. And
Right.
And it's nuts.
Right.
How that can affect you to think that sort of way because
Yeah.
missing this type of element in your body.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all this stuff you gotta learn yourself or read books or really just like seek the knowledge yourself because they're not gonna teach you this, obviously.
Nah, for sure. Because if I would have told my dad that growing up, he'd have been like, "Fool, stop being gay."
Yeah, by design, you gotta think this way.
Yeah.
But if you do your own research and get out the matrix, you realize there's a lot of things that you're missing out on that could be very beneficial to you that could help you in the long run.
That's
So
fucking- I mean, even like mentally, why like even just knowing about the shit you guys are talking, like just the actual, like the whole anxiety thing. I never believed in anxiety or anything like that.
it's a real thing.
Yeah, no. One day I was like chilling with my wife.
Has to do with your heart.
And I walked to the closet, food, and just like I was like, "Fuck, I don't feel right."
Right.
I was like almost shaky, but I was like tripping on something about work or some shit. Like I thought I did something wrong and I wasn't 100% sure. So I was just it was on my mind all day. And then once I got in the comfortability of my own home, I was like, man, like I feel like really uneasy. So I went to like the thing, I was all shaky and shit, and she's like, dude, like I think you're having like a panic attack or like an anxiety attack. Or something.
Right.
And like I never felt like that ever. Like
Yeah.
ever in my life, it was like a whole different feeling. And then like she started doing her Googles or whatever, and I don't know if it could be a thing where
Yeah.
you Google some shit and you're like, oh, now you have fucking type 2.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, but
All that stuff too be like,
what is it, hypochondriac type shit? Like where is that what it is? Hypochondriac, where you think everything is wrong with you. You always think that something's wrong with you.
yeah.
I think it's a hypochondriac.
Placebo effect type shit.
Right.
Almost like that, yeah, or some shit like
A lot of this stuff is either what you put in your body or it's spiritual. Like there's a lot of like if you understand energy and spirits and all that stuff, understand that we're vibrational beings and we move off frequencies, we move and feel off of like vibration, energy. You understand like even the foods you eat, what you're around, who you speak to, what you say, all that stuff has effect on your mental and your brain and the neuron. It's all like it's a science behind it. I don't know exactly, but I have like an idea of why things are, because like I said, I'm getting more and more in tune with who I am as the days go by. When I first started doing all this stuff, music, I really wasn't in tune. I didn't know who I was. I was just living like a kid that was just not like and I feel like that's also had to do with because of it all happened like kind of quick and just like who I was still in school. You feel me? I was a kid. As you grow, you start realizing you mature. But I feel like really maturing is understanding who you are and what you want, not what they want, what the internet's telling you want. Like, just because the internet said I need this and this doesn't mean I want that. You got to understand how to take charge and be your own person and want what you want and strive for the goals that you want and not society tells you. Like, you don't have to be rich and have a whole bunch of money, cars, jewelry. You don't have to be all that, bunch of girlfriends, wives. You don't have to have all that to be peaceful and happy. You could be alone and be just as rich as the richest person on earth. Rich and all that. That's all worldly. That's all worldly things. It's not. You me off right now. It's crazy. But yeah.
They don't want you to get the message out to me. That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, man. You know, they try to control everything, bro.
No, I'm being dead ass because like my wife be on like some crazy
They
shit.
is like the people that are controlling this whole thing, the people that control and keep the matrix oiled and working and keeping it fine. Like, that is like a real thing.
No, it's crazy that you're saying this because my wife is like really like on this time and she's like, oh, like be careful what you speak into existence and
Right.
shit like that and
What you say, all that.
because like once you speak it in, it's like oh like they'll try to go and like manipulate it. I'm like, who's they? And she's
They'll
like,
cause
she's
things.
yeah.
Like, and even me, like I said, I try to live every day and try to leave a documentation. I try to live every day like it's my last. Like, just in case, you feel me, let's put it like this. The more good you do and the more you try to actually be authentic and try to help and change the system, whatever you want to call it, change, they're going to try to put things in place to where things happen to make it to destroy you. Like, it's a real spiritual battle. It's something that's going on that we can't even see or feel, but it's happening around us that we can't see. Like, it's things happening. Things are trying to throw us off course. The higher ups, whatever you want to call it, demons, whatever. Like, there's things that are happening to throw us off course. And we got to have the will and know ourselves and be in tune to be able to fight that off and win that battle. Because every day people are fighting battles and they're not winning. You got to be able to win these battles and understand, not only win the battle, but understand you won and feel good about it. Because that's going to lead to more victories. Feeling good and being happy and uplifting, having energy. We all have a battery and we all need people around us, even just having conversation with people to recharge our batteries. And maybe I'm not doing this so well. We need people to tell us, no, you're doing it right. Keep doing it. Stay on the right path. And actually say it genuinely, not just being a yes man. That's the difference. We need people to be able to recharge our batteries so that we can keep winning these battles. Because some people have it rough. Not everybody has it the same. They losing battles every day. It's a struggle. It's hard. And even if it don't look like it, they are on the outside. They might look like they're having a good time. They might look like they have it all figured out and everything looks fire. They got the girls, the women, the jewelry cars. But really, in depth, inside, it's like destruction, war zone. They're
broken. Like,
yeah.
It's like fuck yeah. No, I feel you.
I've seen some crazy things, man. And like, I just don't want those same things to happen to other people.
Right.
I want, if I can meet you and tell you a little bit of, what's going on and educate you, whatever you want to call it, inform, tell you my side of the story, my opinion, if you value it. I want to be able to keep you aware of and be able to use that to your advantage, you feel me? Be aware and use that to your advantage so that you win the battle. It's all just knowing the things to win the battle, you feel me? The skills and the strategies to win. Because, like, if you don't know these skills and strategies, you're going to lose every time. There's nothing you can do to win. You have to be able to have knowledge and outside source that's going to tell you, hey, do this, and you're going to win. Take this shortcut. Because there's always shortcuts to everything. But they teach us the long way on purpose. Because they want you to figure it out slow, late. They want you to figure all this stuff when you're like 40, 50, when it's too late. Not when you're young and hungry and you got the energy to do it and do it fast. Because if they gave the shortcut on how to do all of this, if they gave that out and everybody knew, bro, it would be
not only that,
a whole different world.
If they did that, retirement wouldn't be like what 55 or 60, whatever the fuck. Like,
The money would be divided
Yeah.
to everybody would.
Yeah, there would be no working until you can't really enjoy life.
Yeah,
Like when I retire, I won't be able to retire until I'm 57, I think.
right.
And it's like fuck. Like if I were to go just straight like working until my pension and shit, which is fine. That's like the everyday like blue collar type shit.
Right.
But it's like the type of line of work that I do. Fuck, dude. By the time that shit comes, man, my back hurts right now.
Your back hurts?
Yeah, bro. Like I do. Like I build bridges and shit. Like fucking, I don't like build houses. Like I do like heavy highway construction. Like not the regular.
So you have like the orange vest on type stuff, construction?
Like
or-
I'm wearing like a harness and like climbing up.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
700 feet. Like no, not 700 feet. 75 feet in the air.
Dang, you're doing that every day.
Yeah, I was. Like right now, I kind of have like a low key spot where we're just doing like 25-foot walls, and we're just climbing only 25 foot. But yeah, usually like I'm doing overpasses over the freeway.
What made you want to do that?
My dad does it.
So it was kind of like, oh, my dad's doing it, so now I'm gonna do it.
No, it's something I always never wanted to do. I tried doing. I worked at like dispensaries and shit, thinking that I was gonna be able to own my own dispensary. Like if I learned the ins and outs of it. Tried doing the music thing.
Right.
And I had the baby. I actually I enlisted inside the Navy.
Oh yeah.
Went all the way up until getting like a contract and shit, and then the recruiter was like, if you really don't, because he kind of can tell that I didn't want to do it because I had a baby on the way and shit.
Right.
And he was like, if you really don't want to do this, dude, you can cancel your contract.
Yeah.
So like he kind of gave me that out, and so I went and I canceled it. My dad was pissed.
Dang.
But like my wife had just told me like maybe like a week before, she was like, I don't want you to go, and I was like, well, dude, like the whole reason why I'm doing this is for you guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, like, that's, yeah. I don't know. That was crazy. I don't really talk about that.
That was a crazy time too, because I remember being like,
Quiet on the set.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. But I remember, it was kind of crazy. I remember being kind of mad that you were going to the Navy, like. Because,
Well, I wasn't happy about it either. I didn't
like,
want to do it.
growing up, it's like my older brother that does music. Like, you inspired me to do that shit. Like, I always felt like you doing that, it was like, why the fuck are you wasting, like, potential in a way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you had a baby on the way, you had real life shit going on, but it was almost like you were on the.
I was kind of nasty, fool. I just never had
yeah.
exposure.
Wait, at what? Music?
Yeah.
Producing.
Oh, you make beats.
Make beats, rap. Like, yeah.
What made you stop?
That?
What?
The baby.
Oh, the baby?
Yeah, it's just, like, kind of like,
Yeah.
like, the dream was, like, I was like, the dream's over.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I was chasing it super hard, but like I said, like I grew up, I knew people that kind of like knew radio bass. Like I was like around them when I was younger, so I kind of had like not like I knew him like crazy. I was dating someone that knew him. I was dating someone that was dating radio bass's sister, basically like his girlfriend's sister back in the day. I was dating.
Yeah.
And then so like I kind of met like a bunch of people. And then,
Right.
So like I would hit them up on Insta. Kind of just kept like hey, what's up? What's cracking, dog? Oh,
Yeah.
what's up? And then once I like actually started making music, I would start sending shit, and then they'd be like, "Oh, dude, this is fire. You just need a music video." And I'm like, "Oh, like fuck, that's a lot of money, fool."
Yeah.
So like that's basically what kind of stopped me a lot. And then once the whole baby, I was like, "Oh, okay, like this whole dream's like it's already." I never wanted to be on camera, anyways. I always wanted to be a background guy, which is why I started making beats.
Right.
Which is weird because now I'm in front of a camera.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a podcast, which is weird, but I don't know. It's just
What makes you think it's weird though?
I think it's weird because I always thought I was gonna be a background guy. I thought the whole rapping thing. I always told myself whenever something didn't work out, in my head didn't work out, I'd always try to think of like a reason why. I'm like, okay, maybe I just wasn't fit for it. Maybe I'm just not an on-camera guy. Maybe that's why I can't be a rapper. Because it started being like at the point where it was like the chain started coming out and the trapping type thing. It's fake food. Don't look at it. And then
It made me look because you said it.
Yeah.
You said it, so I'm like, all right.
Hey, I gotta take it off in like 6 hours, fool, or else my neck's gonna go green. All right. So, yeah, like around the time where like the whole like flexing the money and shit like that, like I didn't have that. Fool. I was working at a dispensary.
Yeah.
I wasn't like trying to like dude. I used to sell some crazy shit back in the day, but negative. You know what I mean?
So you think that the chain is still like, you think that's necessary?
No, this is just, no, I just caught this just cause.
Okay.
I was in the mall and the lady was like, hey, no.
So you got seduced into buying it.
By a fucking a hot Asian lady.
She was bad?
She was hot for an old lady. I took it. I was like, yeah.
Hey, you think Asians age well?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I like Asians. Asians are like slept on to me. I feel like they're slept on. Asians are slept on.
Asians are hot. Shout out to the Asian community.
And they live a long life too, cause
They
their
look
diet.
good too. Like
Yeah, cause they eat the food they eat. They don't eat all the bad stuff majority.
yeah.
They're like their diet is very. Not only their diet, they're healing the way they're able to heal their bodies and
Yeah.
their remedies they use, the stuff they like. They don't really be. I rarely see Asians at the doctor. Like it always be. That's what I'm saying. They know how to like get themselves right.
I've heard some crazy shit about like the whole like pharmaceutical, like people that are like, oh, I need my meds, but like they always try to make fun of like the people that are like taking the herbs and shit.
Right.
In reality, all the fucking pills and shit they come from plants. You know, like opioids and shit like that. That comes from like an opium plant.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of chemicals in it now too.
No, yeah,
Well,
no,
and
I
then
get
in
that, but
all-
I'm saying like the people that are going and like you're saying like taking just like the straight regular like just the herbs and this and that.
Right.
Instead of going and polluting your body and now becoming addicted to oxygen
Right,
and some
right,
shit
right,
like
right.
that, you're just going and kind of doing your thing.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean, controlling your own body instead of going and being manipulated by the shit like
Yeah,
that.
aren't
they're-
curers. They don't
they're
cure you.
fucking,
They
Well, they get
something-
money for
yeah,
that
they're
shit,
drug
right?
dealers.
For-
Fool, like,
that's how they get money.
yeah.
That's how they have to do it. They have to make money. Yeah, but then at the sense, it's like, are you? It's like somebody that they try to say morals a lot. Somebody that does OnlyFans to make money, and then somebody that becomes a to make money. So are you gonna be somebody that makes money off killing people, or are you gonna be somebody that makes money off giving somebody a good time, like the morals? You feel me? Like they try to shame OnlyFans girls for doing OnlyFans and showing their body, and people like that. But then there's that are out here killing people knowingly.
Yeah, that's true.
You're literally killing people knowingly. As a you gotta make money. That's your job, right? Just like OnlyFans, that's your job, and you're getting money for it. You doing? You feel me? You're shaming OnlyFans girls for doing that, but it's like you're not. Why aren't you shaming for killing people knowingly?
What's worse, showing some titties or giving someone a Percocet? Like
Giving someone a Percocet.
yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Well, yeah, because yeah, and especially like as an adult, you know what I mean. Like a lot of people try to go and do like the OnlyFans, like, oh, she's a broken girl or anything. A lot of people just like how like you have talents and shit, like you produce
Right.
this and that. Maybe this girl is just using her shit to her advantage. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't feel like there's nothing.
It's a
wrong
talent. I feel like it's a talent. Like you're talented as in your body, and then you know how to make it look good. Like
You can
it's
sell
all
yourself.
figure.
You can sell
Yeah,
yourself.
you just know how to sell.
Mhm.
But it's like it comes to a point where like morals, like how in tune are you in with your morals, or do you even value morals? Do you even know what morals are? Where you rate? You feel me? Like okay, she does OnlyFans, whatever. Like okay, like this person is over here making a living killing people.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're stabbing people, you feel me? But you're killing people though, slowly. That's worse, and you know this too.
Would you date that OnlyFans girl?
Honestly, it really depends on. I feel like labels like that, OnlyFans girl, like it doesn't matter what you do.
She has OnlyFans.
Is she fucking? Is she fucking on camera?
If she has, no. If she has OnlyFans, she's not fucking on camera, but
She's running up a bad
she's
one.
prostituting her body basically on OnlyFans.
Like you're.
Not
I
like
wouldn't
she's
say
fucking
prostituting,
niggas
though.
on OnlyFans,
I
but
feel like it's not
she's-
prostituting until you're fucking.
She's showing shit that you probably wouldn't be okay with.
Oh, okay.
Selling it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really would come down to like how I know her as a person. Like, I gotta get to know you first. Like, all the stuff you do for work and how you get money, it's like, even if you're being a doctor and you know you,
She's bad as fuck.
not even if you're bad, like just like, how do you think? Like, do you think just like every other female? Are you in this system where you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to act like this, you got to talk like this, you got to.
Like if you met her on some different terms and you was vibing with her.
If I met her genuinely in person and not off the internet, and then I found out she did OnlyFans,
Yeah.
then that's like all right.
It would be kind of hard to.
What if you?
But she's not fucking though.
What if you knew?
Yeah, no, I get
What
you.
if you knew right when you met her? Like, yeah, she bad as fuck. She cool.
Woo de woo already told
But
me.
then like, it's like, oh, you're on OnlyFans.
I mean, that's
Would you like?
I could see how that could be a
guess it
deal
or
breaker
what?
for sure.
that's your own personal preference. So I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends how you just can't like some people don't. Dude, there's people that date porn stars and shit. Like fucking.
It really comes down to, are you willing to put up what comes with this person?
Yeah.
Everything can be cool and genuinely fine. The vibe is cool, but people come with baggage. So some people come with a little less and a little more baggage than others, and some people come with, it might be less or more, but it might be a different type of baggage than somebody else might come with. It's like, do you want the baggage that comes with that person? Are you willing to put up with it? Do you have the time? Do you have the energy? Do you have the investment to put up with that? Some people do, some people don't. Some people like to act like they do and try it, then it fails. Some people actually do, they try it, and you see it works out, because some people know themselves, they're in tune, and they know what they can put up with, and they know what they can't put up with. They know boundaries, you feel me?
Yeah.
So is you with it?
As of right now, I don't think I would be with it. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't have the time and energy and uh time and investment to put up with dealing with the baggage that comes with
Somebody that does.
Do you feel like there's
right now though. But I mean, I wouldn't knock it if I was like super like crazy successful and I was like that guy like and I was well off like wealthy. I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind.
Do you feel like there's baggage that comes with you though? Because I mean, just as like not saying how you are, because now that I know you, you're not like that. But like the image that comes off of when you hear a Yike MIke and you see him on
One more again.
whatever the fuck, and it's like girls everywhere. You kind of think, oh hell yeah, this food's like a player. This food probably gets chicks, like yada yada.
You gotta check the dates though too. That was like how long ago?
To 23, I think.
I was like last year. I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah.
That was like a season phase. So it's like you got to understand people are always changing.
Right.
I'm still learning myself. I wasn't the same person I was yesterday. And I believe anybody, even that, you feel the stuff that on different people. Because you got to understand people are part of their environment. They're around people. The karma, the energy that they're around is rubbing off on them. The bad stuff, the good stuff is rubbing off on them. So the things they say, the things they do, that all has to do with what you're around. Not many people are alone and by themselves. So it's like, I feel like at that point, that's the only time you could really say, oh, well, then you have yourself to blame because you feel me, you're with yourself a lot. You feel me? So, but then again, you have factors like family and parents that have an influence on you. I'm just talking as far as like friends and stuff.
Yeah, no, I get you.
You feel me? Who you hang around is who you are.
Yeah, they say what is it? Three people that you hang out with the most. You're you're one of you take part in like eat like a third of each
Right.
person.
Like,
So if you hung out with like us three, 1/3 of us would be like installed in you, kind of.
yeah.
That's what they say. That's what they say to surround yourself with successful people.
Right.
Because then that shit, you become some of them instead of some of the homies that are kind of
Exactly.
fucking up.
It's important to be aware of who you're around in your circle because if you're that guy that's always complaining about life, oh, my auntie just got sick and died, and
Yeah.
and this happened to me. I didn't make the finals. I didn't get the job I wanted to.
Poor
I didn't
me.
make it. But then who's your friends around? Your friends are people that do this and do a lot of evil stuff. More like you feel me? That
Negative
all
energy.
negative energy. If your friend group is putting out a lot of negative energy and it's really impacting the universe, that's gonna fall back on you too. You might have a family member pass away. You might get super sick. You might not get that job. You might not get that placement. You might not get that moment. You might not get that opportunity, and that's because of who you hang around. So you gotta have accountability and know and be aware of who are you around because that energy is always going to fall back on you. You can't ask the word and blame God and God, why you do this? You got to ask yourself, who am I around? What am I doing? And how am I living my possibly last day on earth? Tomorrow's not promised. So how are you spending your last moment? What are you doing in the present?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the past. Don't think about the future. You can only control what's happening right now. And then people are not aware of that. They're just hanging around people, going around the motions. It's like Instagram nowadays. I want to hang around that person just because they're cool. They do the worst things. They're not a good person, but you just want to hang around them because they're cool. They got clout. Yeah. You don't know or care anything else. You just need that image. You need that person. You need that motion from that person to hang around. Mm-hmm. Like people are surviving off of this and that plays from this person. Like they need other people's motion to survive. And it's like now you're getting what comes, the baggage. Mm-hmm. Like I said, with relationships, the baggage that comes with that person. So it's like you gotta just be aware of that stuff.
That's crazy. I feel like I was like literally supposed to interview you because the past like couple of weeks I've been like kind of more so like just focused like on the guest type of shit. Like, oh man, who am I gonna get? Who am I gonna get?
Yeah, don't fall into that trap.
You know
That's the system.
And so like talking to you is really like kind of like leveling me out a little bit. Like I'm kind of like with an epiphany type shit with a lot of shit.
Yeah, bro.
So I really thank you. I really
I got you, bro. Like I said, like this. It's interviewing game, content, whatever you want to call it, podcasting, interviewing. You got to really understand the only thing that's going to make you different than the next person doing the exact same thing is you, not the guest. These guests are just, they're going on it's like people need to understand the value that they have with these platforms and podcasts. You have way more value than the person coming on at the end of the day because your creative mind, what you're doing, that is what is driving the people to tap in. but nobody realizes they're playing the system game. Oh, I gotta interview somebody. The interviewer is gonna bring cloud, and that's gonna make my platform booming. Right. Like, no, you have to be the one that makes it boom. People have to tune. Like I said, people have to want to see you. They want to come watch this episode because they want to see what you're wearing, how you think, the questions you're gonna ask, what joke you're probably gonna say. They want to know that. You gotta make them. You gotta give that. You gotta want people to want that, not the interviewer. Like, yeah, that's cool. You might gain new fans because of the interview, obviously, but at the end of the day, the people who started with you from the beginning, the very first couple hundred followers or whatever, the people that are really there to see, hey, when you drop another video, those are the people that you want to, like, not take lightly, because that's like the longevity part, the community that you're building that you're not even yet aware of. But being aware of it is like your community, the people that are first starting off with you, that believe in you, the strangers, the people that aren't your family, that aren't your friends, the random stranger that don't know you from a can of paint. They don't even know your name, but they know they see your content, and they find value in it. They enjoy it. They can relate to it. You got to be aware of that and realize this is your baby. This is you, not the person coming. You can do this without even having anybody come. You got to realize that too. Have your own episodes, do your own thing where people are understanding who you are, the brand. You feel me? Whatever that is, they got to understand what that is. People should be you should basically be in a way interviewing yourself with every guest you have. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but
I know I kind of get that. I mean, that's kind of like I've been like answering questions about my own little life, like fucking trying to like with you though. I'm like, oh, what about this and that? Even like the waking up at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
kind of like just learning off of you. So like
You're definitely spitting hella fucking
game right now. For like a lot of game.
Appreciate it, man. Glad I could help.
No,
but going back to what you were saying of people falling back into that loop and, you know, falling into the matrix and
right.
focusing on numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of that is caused by people just wanting to succeed also, though, and wanting to see...
It's a false perception of success. They are programmed to think that's what success is. But take away the internet, take away phones. Are the numbers really going to matter?
No, not at all.
You are getting a more impact by real life experiences, word of mouth. Word of mouth has more value than a retweet or a shout out. Like, you know, you have real homies when they're in a room of opportunity and they're speaking on your name in a positive light and putting you on. Hey, the homie told you about you out. The homie, somebody came into my job and told me about you, and they said you do this. That's a different hit than, somebody messaged me and DM me saying, oh, they showed me your profile. Like, it's a different hit.
And it's definitely way different too, because, like, you know, being where I'm from, being in Hemet, it is such a little small town. You know,
yeah.
Everyone knows everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like going to Hemet High and shit. Like, it's kind of cool. Like walking into school, like, you know, my freshman year, I was bringing my whole setup. Like, bro, I was a fucking walking lick. At least like $1,000.
Right.
Just we used to record at lunch.
At lunch, dog. Like, bringing my interface, my mic, all my cords. I brought my computer. I brought my headset. Like, I brought just recording because, like, I realized a lot of my hottest shit. Yeah. A lot of my hottest shit that, like, I've ever like, I feel like came up with was like during lunch or during at school. So I was like, I want to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be there at lunch, like, might as well take advantage of what I'm cooking in the process and make, like, what I can make then. And not only that too, but, like, I can also get some sort of recognition from other people too, where people get to notice me my freshman year, where they're like, hey, that's that kid with the setup. That's fucking weird. And that's how I got a lot of my recognition. Now,
you said that's weird?
Well, a lot of people found it weird. I remember, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was recording. I literally had my headset on, and I swear, I'll never forget them. These ghetto ass girls, like literal hot Cheeto girls, bro.
Right.
Sat down in front of me, and they were like, "You a rapper?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they was like, "Oh yeah, you finna rap? Spit some, go rap." And so I remember pressing like record and being like shaky as fuck, like, "Oh fuck that."
Yeah.
Attention's on me now, and like sitting there, and I spit it. And, like, as I started to spit, like, people started to gather around on the table. And next thing I know, I had, like, 20, 30, 15 people around me just fucking breaking their necks to my shit that I'm recording, and they don't even hear the beat. They're just hearing the lyrics.
Yeah.
And so it was, like, it definitely installed confidence. Like, it definitely...
Yeah.
Definitely installed.
It's crazy how the weirdest people are always going to be the most viral people. Like, the special kids at school were always, like, the most popular people. Like, the most popular kid at school is going to be the special ed kids. Like, the weird people, it's funny how we make fun of them because they're weird, but when you make fun of something, you're giving it more attention, more light. Just like haters. Haters are going to take you farther than supporters because they're giving more energy into like somebody supporting and saying, hey, that's cool. Anybody can say that's good and act like a fake supporter. But hating requires a lot of energy. People take that lightly. Like, someone to hate it, if somebody really hates something and dislikes it, why are they gonna spend time to comment or something or talk about it? If you don't like something, you're not gonna talk about it. You're just gonna like, I didn't like, it didn't. You feel me? It didn't click. I didn't like it by definition.
You're so right about that though.
With the food community shit.
Yeah, but like
So
even when
he got posted on food community and even like the comments and shit. There was a lot of people were saying like his bars were fire and shit, but a lot of
Wait, who? Who was it?
food community.
Yeah, but who was the bars that they said?
His.
Me.
Oh, you went on there.
So my 1359 video, which was like a different video, it had got posted.
Okay.
And they took that one down in about like 2-3 days, and then that was when we paid for. It was like a paid promo.
Right.
And then the next day, my phone's blowing up in art class. I'm painting, minding my business, and it's him and my dad, and they're like, "Hey, check your fucking Instagram. Look." And Food Community had posted, I guess, on their own term, Stuthy Finder, and that shit was climbing, and I think it's at like 71,000 views on Instagram right now.
Wait, what's your artist name?
Who is JK?
Wait, I just played your song last
Yeah,
night.
Food, yeah, you were
That
listening.
song was crazy, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
I gotta watch back the stream clip, but I know I think I said something like,
we have it.
Yeah,
Bro.
I got that shit saved in my.
I
in
think
my gallery.
I,
Don't worry.
I said something like, bro, that style, like you sound like you're not from out here.
Yeah, I remember you saying
I
that.
heard
Yeah.
someone was like, he sounds like he's from Orlando.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean?
Because it's connecting dots. Because the KV on the beat, where the dude at the studio over there in SJ, he told me, he was like, you should promo towards people in Florida.
Yeah.
Your sound would jump off. In
Yeah,
fucking
Florida Foods. They got a whole
That's crazy.
page.
They have a Florida food.
Yeah, I don't know if it's based on in Florida, but it's like an account, like the food community. They collab with them. I see them, the Florida Foods,
fucking
and it's
awesome.
like I think it's like Florida media page, like the niche out there, their media page that people follow out there. That's like their Hispanic community. I'm guessing because it's Florida Foods. I'm guessing like that's Florida, but
Yeah,
that would be smart.
He had some. He was like, man, I want to show this guy something, but I don't want to be like kind of like taking over the thing a little bit. I was like, no, dude, show him, dude. Like,
Right.
We'll show him that.
We'll show him off camera. We won't do it like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's,
Oh my bad. You think I can get my water? You can hand me that right quick. Good looking, bro. It's the essential. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Good looks.
so you know what I mean? Oh no, I spilled the shot. Okay, no, I was literally about to wrap it up right now. Can I get a napkin or like a towel or like a something? I'm gonna take my shirt off right now if I have to.
All right.
Boom. Slight little mishap. But I want to thank you so much for coming on this podcast. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We are running out of you know what I mean? We spent some fucking time. This is probably the longest podcast I've ever done.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
How long was this?
This is probably
Like-
over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last one I did was the Real Me with Rail, the homie. He interviewed you back in the day.
Yeah, how long was that one?
Like an hour and probably like 15 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, but
This one was
This
interesting.
is like
I love
game.
this one a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
When you stream, it's not sucking the battery, killing the battery, because I recorded.
Oh yeah, y'all are like behind right now. You know they got USB. You can plug it into OBS, and the reason why streaming I feel like is so big is because the traditional buying memory cards and just have it all live on the internet. Let people clip their own clips, and then you save it online to where it's like you can just download it.
But even then, they got IRL now, so you could just
Yeah.
you could stream real life now. Like
Yeah, I'm just saying as
you
far
could
as like the
just keep going,
camera.
like you got like three different microphones.
Right.
Right.
You just charge them.
You know,
Yeah.
Back to back.
but over
One
like,
die. Next one charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now it's
Just
powered by
compressor.
USB and a power cable. And you don't need to have like SD storage. It just goes straight to the software
That's
on a
fucking-
hard drive or something.
OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like half of the podcast we do live stream, half of them like when we have a guest, like you know,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
record like this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I definitely hear what you're saying about the streaming. You gotta be streaming. People gotta be able to
Yeah.
tune in with you.
People gotta be able to interact and comment, and that's how you.
I was loving it when you were like, drop the bombs. I was like, bah, 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 bah.
I was like, now I have it set up to where I don't even do like. I feel like me doing it, it's like. It's a different hit when you actually involve the people watching you.
Right.
Yeah, people could chat, but it's like now you can put sound effects and y'all can like. People are putting bombs and fire emojis for songs that they think is fire. It's not just a chat that's saying, "Oh, it's fire." Like they have more, they can feel more a part of.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I feel like my stream is like it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys can tell people that they're fire or not, and I have my server to where it's like y'all can always be on call and chip in whenever you want. Like my guy, shout out CP, he's always on my Discord. I'm on my Discord as I'm streaming, so anybody that wants to hop on the call, they can be on call while I'm streaming.
That's hard.
Y'all can pitch in and say whatever y'all want, or y'all can be in the chat and just type. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a different hit.
That's what I really enjoyed about what you did in your streams too.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
I
man.
really enjoyed that shit. That like how involved you are with your chat and like how like like you know what I mean. You don't I feel like a lot of streamers forget to involve their community as
Yeah.
they do. They're very this is the show. Come watch.
Yeah.
They're very like nah, fuck that. This is a community. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like,
I don't take that lightly. I don't take nobody that's living hours away, other parts of the world, even just maybe down the street that I didn't know. I don't take none of that lightly because they're supporting me. They're putting money in my pocket. They don't have to do this, especially with streaming. You could be doing anything else, watching Netflix. You could be watching your favorite show. You could be asleep. I got people staying up late in the morning watching me. Like, they're still watching me. They could be watching YouTube or something, but they're watching me. I don't take that lightly at all.
Yeah, I got 3 hours of sleep last night because I stayed on until I think like 11:30.
Yeah.
I had to get up at 2.
Yeah, it's like I have people like that. Like they literally will. All right, I gotta get ready for work now, or I'm at work, or I'm eating cereal. I gotta go to school. Like I have people, cause I stream till like 4 a.m. I'm going. The longer you stream, especially like 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning for U.S. time, our time, people around the world they're on stream watching. Like people streaming, you gotta stream till late in the morning. Like it's not like typical 8, 9 o'clock because that's like people coming home from work. You feel me? They're probably doing other stuff. But like streaming is like people are on their phones. All right, let me check it out. Right when I wake up or I'm getting ready for work, whatever. Some people, they watch my streams, they're not even going to sleep. They're staying up and then, I'm about to get ready for work. I watch the stream all night. Like, I don't take none of that lightly, bro. So it's like, I'm going to interact with my chat. I'm going to talk to them. I know their names, especially right now while, like, it's not super crazy, but, like, it's important to remember the people you start with because those are the main heads of your community now. They've been around. They understand you. They know you more than the new guy that came 100,000 followers later. Like, you feel me? You're new here, but this guy's been here since day one. He's going to have more value. He's more of an asset. Yeah. He believed in you, and he caught wind of you and trusted the process longer. So I definitely don't take that lightly. I give them more value, and I pay attention to them all the time, always. I talk to my Discord server every day. I have a whole Discord, bro. Like, I really find value in the community, and I feel like that you should not take light. Don't take that lightly type.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that's keeping you going.
Yeah, most definitely.
Damn, man. I fuck with you heavy, dude. We gotta lock in maybe another episode or something. We're running out of time right now, but
okay, yeah, it's all good, bro.
No, dude, you've fucking spit so much game. I really want to thank you for coming on the podcast.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for even having me on here, bro.
Of
like,
course, you know what I mean. Shout out to Yike MIke. You know what I mean. Is there anything you want to plug or any your social media shit or anything?
My IG. You could just pretty much search up Yike MIke on any platform, PlayStation, anything. I'm gonna come up. So whatever platform you got, if you're curious, I'm probably gonna be on it. I'm pretty much on everything. So just search up Yike MIke. I'll probably come up.
There you go.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what it is? It's Last Time Luke here with the Finger Poppin' Podcast, supporting the Inland Empire one episode at a time. Today, we got Yike MIke on. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, man. God is good.